So
Okay, so
last
let me
session.
do the recap.
Go for it. Go for it.
What happened was I got sent to the fucking Shadow Realm and nearly died because Dylan's an asshole. That's why.
That was part of it.
A spear tried to fuck me. I'm not okay with that. A spear definitely tried to flirt with me. Not okay with that. That's a weird day by itself. Then try to be nice. Try to be a nice guy, right? Try to help people out. Try to be like, oh, you're being pursued by some kind of horrible shadow demon. Let me see if I can help you. And then you get pulled into the Shadow Realm, and you lose over half your HP in one hit.
See, Dylan, you did such a good job with that encounter. He completely forgot about the systemic racism that befalled him earlier that day.
Okay, I'm gonna level with you entirely. I genuinely could not remember if that happened last session or session before. Everything else has been replaced with the memory of Shadow Realm.
It's just all melded together.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, and you guys for some reason thought I was going to murder you?
Yes! Because look at your charisma saves. You're terrifying.
You do these Christmas saves?
So we talked to Sakala, in which she was trying to get information out of us, but understood that Athenia would not allow us to talk. Then she stole Athenia's brain for a second. We talked.
Memories.
She stole her brain.
Stole my brain.
Yep. She's a mind flayer.
Then, Akis and Paxi lore dumped on her about... Well, actually, no, she just read Paxi's mind.
Yes.
So we actually didn't say anything.
No, Akis said it in Elven.
Okay, right, he tried to.
And succeeded.
You don't know anything.
Then she gave Athenia her brain back, and then tried to act really mean so it wouldn't appear that Athenia lost any time. In which case, she started just being her old racist self. Then Akis and I went back, carried the robot head back up to the palace, where...
But we didn't get murdered by Athenia.
Didn't get murdered. Then we went back to the tavern. I tried... Oh, Athenia kind of got tipped off by Wanton that he could hear the entire conversation, and we realized it on the way back that probably happened. Paxi tried to blame the whole thing on Akis. That didn't work.
Because over the course...
natural 20s.
Because audience at home watching the podcast, if you don't remember, last episode, Drew rolled, it was 3, no, it was 4. It was 3 or 4 in a row, natural 20s on Insight.
Yeah.
In a row.
So, then Akis offered to delve into Paxi's dreams as he slept to see if we could determine the nature of the creature that is hunting Paxi. And instead of delving into the dream, instead of taking a quick peek, he got sucked into it head first, did battle with the pretty lady. I'm never going to call her that.
She's called the beautiful lady.
The beautiful lady.
Furry lady.
He got some clutch strategies in there by dropping Morning and using heat metal.
It's the best spell in the game.
And then some dude in gold showed up into this random dimension crafted by Lishrot himself. And then everybody woke up.
I thought it was Ishnox. Am I dumb?
Was it Ishnox?
I think it was Ishnox.
I wrote it. Okay.
All hail Ishnox, Lord of the Underworld.
Yes.
May he reign forever.
I thought I wrote it down.
It's Ishnox. I realize you've been confusing Ishnox and Lishrot quite a lot.
That's because they have pretty similar names.
Yeah. Maybe it's because they're two phonetically very similar nonsense fantasy people names. Like, do you know the difference between Grimbleby and Bringleby? Do you?
Bringleby is cool.
Name all the dwarves in The Hobbit. Dwalin, Balin, Malin,
Uh,
Moblin.
Happy, Sleepy, Dopey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Healer.
Healer.
Jeez, no.
No, that's
Yes.
Doc. That's Doc. Healer's estranged cousin.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god.
So I guess right now we're in the glittering bauble.
Yeah.
And Paxi just got the best night of his life. Or the
And then
best
you
rest.
woke up.
And you're
and
bleeding from your eyes on the floor.
No. I'm bleeding from my everywhere. The wounds are physical and real. They're not in my brain. They're on my body, on my flesh.
Yep, you have physical black scratch marks on your body.
Fantastic.
So, I'm just gonna go about healing myself with my fucking healing spirit, popping up the hit points I lost fighting
The
Fighting the fucking
beautiful
shadow
lady.
It's the shadow demon. It's the smoke monster from Lost.
You've seen Lost?
I've seen some of it. I know there's a smoke
Go figure.
monster.
Alright,
Go figure.
you guys are back here in the glittering bauble that you never technically left.
What the? Is that the sound Akis makes?
That's the sound Kai makes, definitely.
Also, by the way, you forgot some other minor details, such as you commissioned a kindly old gnome, to build a carriage.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Alright.
Oh, and
Yeah, we have a carriage.
Swolbo got a +1 sword. Short sword.
Also, it seems that Elkwood is currently in the process of figuring out what to do with the other two blades.
Oh yeah.
And he said to come back in like
A week.
roughly.
And Sakala is supposed to be finding me a charisma book. Yeah.
She said she'll look for magical books. She didn't say what kind.
Yeah, charisma books.
You're gonna get a spell book that you can't use because you're not a wizard.
Oh wait.
Because
No.
again, Dylan is evil. Dylan is a terrible person, and that's what he's gonna give you.
So I did write it down. The beautiful lady hangs out in a dark space created by Ishnox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or involving Ishnox's magic.
Second, same difference. Okay, so
So I wake up
Paxi-
and I'm just
Yes.
like, oh, that was great.
Most restful sleep you've ever had.
Oh, I should do that more often. I look down. What the hell?
I stand up. I walk over to you. I ignore you for a moment, and I not knowing what else to do, I grab you by the shoulders and I shake you a bit. We're not done talking, Morning. You get back out here.
Well, shouldn't he be
Where is
holding
he?
Morning still?
No,
No,
she
teleported.
severed her connection with Akez and dispelled herself.
I don't know where she goes, so I assume she's inside of you. So I'm just shaking you, like, get out here. We're not done having this conversation.
First. What?
Okay.
What?
I proceed. Okay.
What happened to you?
I tried to use my magic to concentrate on whatever it is that's haunting you, and apparently I did such a good job at it. After rolling a bunch of really bad rolls, I did such a good job at it that I ended up being pulled into some kind of shadowy alternate realm, and I had to fight a monster, a horrible monster. It fucked me up something fierce. Ow!
What did you see there?
You said the thing that was so you said the story was that you had a lovely evening with a lovely lady, right? And then there was a box, and you opened the box, and the spear was in it, and when you took the spear, the lady turned into a horrible monster, right?
I saw okay. and I grab the bed sheets and I throw it over my head, and I just try and make myself as big but as lumpy as possible, and I say, I saw this from under the sheets. I jumped out the window and I ran.
All right. All right. Well, I think I saw what it is that's hunting you. It's real bad. It's real bad. It's real bad.
I'm just like looking at all the blood.
Yes. It's this bad. I gesture to the my bloody clothes.
So you went somewhere.
Yes.
And came back?
I'm not entirely sure if it was like a thing where like my consciousness goes somewhere and the injuries my consciousness gets reflect on my physical body, or if I physically teleported. But I think it doesn't matter because it tried to kill me. I know I almost died. It was real bad.
Does he, DM? Does he smell off like he's been somewhere?
I would have never thought to do
Roll
that.
perception.
You're smart.
17.
He doesn't quite smell off. Like, he doesn't smell too much difference, but he does seem to radiate a sense of foulness.
So
That
I wanted
definitely
to
did not belong
see
to him.
if like his body was actually transported somewhere, or was this like a Freddy Krueger thing where if he gets slashed in the dream, he gets slashed in real life?
Oh. It doesn't seem like his body actually went anywhere.
Okay, but the wounds
cool.
are definitely
Cool.
real.
Yes, they are.
Okay,
Cool. Freddy Krueger logic. Fuck.
so
Fuck.
you don't seem to have gone anywhere, but I've heard of, mental, interdimensional. Have I heard of this sort of nonsense occurring?
From the play, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
God damn it.
No. Nightmare on Elm Street. There we go. That's
You know what?
better.
This probably would just freak me the hell out. So,
1, 2, pretty woman.
So,
looking for you.
how did you get out of there? Did you-
I cleverly bested the monster in physical combat. I bear by the skin of my teeth. And as the creature, this monster, this weird, horrible woman creature, was like dying and in pain, some dude showed up and like shattered the illusion or whatever and sent me back here.
Some dude.
Like, you remember we've seen we were in the puzzle box and we saw some cultists or whatever. It was kind of like that. They had like a mask and some weird robes and shit.
Was that one of them?
I don't know if they were the exact look. I don't have the most experience with cultists, but they all kind of look the same. Like, they all have creepy masks and weird robes. It was some kind of cultist.
DM was the dude that showed up. Did he look like one of the guys we met in the labyrinth?
Yes, he did.
And as he gave one of those monologues that these cultist people like to give, where they are all weird and cryptic and talk about things that are weird. He said something about Ishnox, which is one of the bad dudes, the wizards. And as soon as I started asking about that, about Ishnox specifically, Morning disappeared. I'm assuming she's in sight of you. Get her out. I shake him again. Get out.
Morning. Do you?
Shake.
Would you like to make an appearance and explain?
She doesn't respond.
Shake.
She's
shake.
not. Knock it off.
I don't know how it works. I don't know where is it?
She's look. She's got a mind of her own. She doesn't come out all the time.
Which spell on my spell list can rip her out of you? None of them. Druidcraft! That doesn't
Wait.
help me in this situation.
Hold on a sec. So
Holding on.
he explains all this nonsense, says that he has seen the creature that follows me. Morning
I
doesn't
described
want
what
to
it looked like, how it's this
Right.
big, ugly thing with a woman's face, and it's all, like, inky and got, like, a bunch of limbs and goo, and it's horrible.
Morning doesn't want to talk.
No. So, okay. Your Morning isn't a remnant. I checked with my stick. But
Correct.
clearly, something about her is connected to Ishnox. Somehow.
That's interesting.
Also, yes.
I'll tell you what, Akis.
Yes.
Why don't you get yourself cleaned up,
Okay.
and I will meet you downstairs with the rest of our team in a moment, when I also get myself cleaned up.
Okay.
When he leaves, I'm just gonna be like, Morning, what the fuck?
Actually, I want to get cleaned up. I don't fucking care. She can't run from me forever. She doesn't have legs.
Also, Morning does not respond.
Okay, so she doesn't respond. Can I still summon her to my hand? She doesn't have to talk, but I can summon her.
Yeah, you summon her.
Does she look busted, broken, dull?
She looks a little bit more dim than you remember her being.
I'm just gonna like tap the spearhead, just like, Morning, you're making me worried. Hey, if you just need to sleep, just let me know. But I gotta know if you're at least okay.
You just hear her suddenly speak up in a more quiet voice. I'm okay, just wanna disappear for a little while.
Alright, well, when you're ready to talk, I'm always here, cause that's how this works.
She doesn't respond.
Cool. I'll put on my gear and head on down.
Alright, so you go down, you can see... Well, Calverin's there, as he normally would be.
Did Akis get a long rest?
No. It's been... I feel like, at least from my perspective, it's been like 10 minutes.
Yeah, this has been in the middle of a day. You didn't even get a short rest. Well, I guess... No, you got a short rest,
Oh, cool, the Warlock got a short rest. Good for you.
That's all I need.
Yes. You get back one of your, like, 2 spell slots. You have 3 at this point, I think.
No,
anyway.
I have 2.
Oh, wow, Warlocks suck. Anyway, is there any way in this place that I could get, like, the slightest bit cleaned up? Or am I just gonna be slightly ragged for a bit? Just like, hello there, barkeep, good sir. Do you have just like a bucket of water I can dunk my head in for like a second?
Calvin just look at you like, looks at your. I mean, are you still injured at this point, or did you full heal yourself?
I've healed myself to full, but I'm not like okay mentally.
He just kind of just looks at you and goes, bucket of water?
Yeah.
Sure, knock yourself out. Hey, Ronnie, need a bucket of water. Why, is a lad hangover or something? Nah, he just, are you hungover?
Something to that effect.
Yes! Alright! You want me to add some honey or something to it?
No, that's fine, Just water.
Just water. They can see Ronnie comes out with a bucket of water. He looks at you. Alright, lad, how much you want to drink?
I grab the bucket, I take the whole bucket, I just walk outside. And then what I do is I take like a bit of a drink from the water, and then I just fucking dunk it on my head. I shake myself off a bit, and then I come back in. I'm wet, and then I give him the bucket.
Smells like.
And then I sit down.
He just grabs the bucket, starts mumbling something about a mop, and he goes back into the kitchen.
Does wet furball smell like dog or cat?
They smell like giant.
Yes, exactly.
They smell like trouble.
So
True.
Calvin, kind of like looking at you, then looks at. Sorry, Paxi went down.
Yeah.
So Paxi just looks at you. So, did I miss anything important?
I don't.
I look at Paxi,
So?
and then I look at him, and I look at Paxi, and I look at him, and then I look down at the ground.
I'll take that as a yes. Care to fill me in?
Akis and I had a disagreement about who sleeps on the couch.
You do realize that there's a lot more beds in this building, right? Right?
I shrug.
I think they prefer to share.
I'm not gonna question it. Anyways, is there anything you want to do here, or are you just gonna loiter, essentially? Because, let's be real, you're not paying, so...
Ready to go to the job board?
I mean, we're waiting, out of character, we're waiting on Princilla to contact us for when she wants to get moving.
If I look around the bar, does anyone have an exclamation mark over their head?
Roll perception.
Let's see here. Oh, first roll of the day. Come on, baby. I know how to work my phone. Oh, skills, perception. Come on, baby. Ooh, 23.
23.
What's your wisdom score?
You are trying to see, with your little gaze, you don't know what an exclamation point over people's head means, but you're trying to see if there's anyone nearby who might have something for you to do while you pass the time. You kind of look around, you don't really see anything of interest, except maybe Kelvin, but you're not so sure what exactly he'd want, But then you kind of notice that outside, there's some people approaching.
Yay, people.
Ooh.
Hey,
What are they doing?
Approaching the building.
Akaz.
Are they dressed in a particular manner? Or they just look like patrons?
The door opens, and you see a royal guard start walking in.
Oh, look.
Ooh, I don't like the royal guard, so I'll hide under a table.
What?
It's not hard.
When he walks in, immediately all the various people in the building start looking at him and just gonna see like, why the hell is one of these guys here? Then the
Like
guard
Healer
looks
Gnome-
up,
I was
looks
gonna
at
make a joke. Carry on.
you guys. Come with me. You have been summoned.
May I ask by who?
He kind of just looks at you. Kind of almost like he's kind of looking in a way that's almost demeaning from the head visor. They just follow. And he leaves.
That's someone who's not getting paid enough.
Athenia, what do you think?
If the royalty is calling for us, I see no reason to just decline.
Are you saying we should decline or should not decline?
Should not decline.
All right.
I will be royalty. That's how my.
I'll just yell out, Ronnie, you got any food to go?
You just hear her loud. If you want pork knuckles.
Can
I
I
don't want
get
pork knuckles.
Can I get 2 in a bag?
He just pokes his head out. Lad, I was joking. I ain't got nothing. Unless you want to eat fucking pig knuckles. Because that's what they are.
You don't. It's not good. It's not good.
What did you say?
Hobble, hobble, hobble. I mean,
I'm gonna
we gotta go at some point.
I'm gonna. Go...
I'm fine. I'm
Sure,
fine.
sure, sure.
Let's just go. Hobble,
Hold on.
hobble, hobble, limp.
I'm gonna run over to the kitchen real fast and just be like, hey, Ronnie, how much does it cost for one of those charcuterie ham boards that you made for Sakala? You don't have to deliver it. Just wondering what the cost is for you.
You want what the cost is, lad? He just shouts from the kitchen. You really want to know?
Yeah. I mean, I got you a whole ham last time.
The direct treasury from the Overmiser himself, and I'll still fucking decline.
No,
one time is more than
you
enough
don't,
for me.
Ronnie, I just want to know how much it takes to make it. I'll deliver it.
Lad, for her taste, too much.
All right.
Limp. Limp.
All right.
Write down too much gold for before.
So what do you guys do?
I guess
follow the guide.
Is he heading to the palace, I guess?
That's basically what he's leading you guys to.
Cool.
So I believe I'm down to 1 skeleton, so I'll have the skeleton wait in the bar. At a bench seat.
Sitting
Alright.
perfectly stock still, not moving, not breathing.
Well, I can order him to do things, so I will order him just to nurse his drinks.
With the organs he doesn't have.
Yeah, they just fall out into his robes.
A skeleton goes into a bar. He orders a beer and a mop.
Okay, Dad.
Alright, so you guys follow the guard out. And
Dad packs it.
he leads you all the way to the royal palace.
Oh shit. The place of sharp angles and low resolutions.
There we go. You can see the guard right here. He walks past, and the other guards don't react. Also, I forgot, we are in the castle, so this calls for...
The castle music.
Somebody's got their music up too high. I bet it's Akis.
Is okay. All right. Is this Rise of Iron music?
What? This is Final Fantasy XIV music.
Oh. I don't have a good ear for these things.
Alright, so the guard went in.
Okay. I'm gonna let Athenia go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna let the not haggard guy go first.
1 sec. I have the cat blocking my screen. And okay.
Fucking yeet that cat. Yeet. Just throw. Toss.
The
Dare
guards
say
do
that
not
to
react when you
Bianca.
walk past them.
Onward. Wait, are we supposed to be going to... Wait, who the fuck summoned us?
And then the guard turns to you. Wait here.
What?
Waiting here.
Pushes the big doors open, he walks in, closes the door behind him. You can hear him say something a little bit muffled. Also, you guys could hear some, seemed like almost arguing going on behind the doors when he opened it for a brief moment.
Does it sound like Priscilla arguing with Fazlin?
You do recognize Priscilla, but it seems like the other person she's arguing with, you don't recognize.
Hmm.
But then the guard comes out. What door's open again? She is now aware of your presence. You may enter. And then he steps aside.
And as I'm going by, I'm just gonna be like, nouns are a thing. And I'll walk in.
Hold on. I forgot oddly designed room.
And why did you make it hidden?
Boom. Alright. So you guys step in, and you notice that there's a new individual standing next to Priscilla.
She's a redhead, I don't care.
She's a redhead, yes. She looks a little bit younger, and well, she looks very similar to Priscilla, and she does not look happy.
Uh-oh. Wait,
Oh, no.
I have all these names. Hold on. Shit.
Is this Mike? No. Seth. Hello, Seth. Welcome. Just in time.
Where did I put... Wait, Priscilla Lindania. This must be Lindania. Wait, is she younger than Priscilla?
Yes. She is the second princess.
Okay. Is she actively arguing, or is there like silence when we walk in?
When you guys walked in, there's just silence. Priscilla looks pretty happy to see you. She's all smiling and stuff. You can see Fazan, he's off to the side. He just has his arms crossed, not reacting. But then you can see the other girl, which is Lindania, and she's practically scowling at you guys.
I will walk in and say, Princess Lindania, I presume. Your characteristics belie your heritage. It's a compliment.
She looks
That's
she
always
looks
great.
towards the other
Shout that
princess and goes,
afterwards.
so these are this ragtag group of people that you want to go into the forest? And
Hey, I'm
Priscilla
still
just-
wearing my badass jacket.
Priscilla would just respond back a little bit, like her smile quickly turns into her own form of scowl, and she goes, "Yes, and they have proven themselves to be quite excellent in handling that issue." Anyways, she turns to the rest of you. Welcome. I do appreciate the fact that you came here despite the short notice, but well, I have come to a decision, and I believe it is time for you to be filled in, essentially. And then Lindania just speaks of, "No, you did not make a decision. In fact, this is not supposed to happen. You do realize that if our mother and father were to catch wind of this, you will be in more trouble than I can ever imagine." And she points at you guys, and they would feel the full wrath of our father.
I shrug.
You just see Fazla, and he kind of smirking at this point. It seems like he's argued with Priscilla more than enough, and now he feels happy the fact that there's someone who's on his side. So, Priscilla just sighs. Listen, this problem needs to be taken care of because it's been a problem for much longer than it should be. Father wants nothing to do with it, and I honestly believe that leaving it alone will just make things worse. No one says it'll stay in the forest forever. Besides, she just points at you guys, they have been doing something about it, and they are the ones responsible for us having all this intel on the forest. Then she just turns, walks away from her. Now, I have made a decision, and she looks at her sister, and this decision is final. Since both the king and the queen are not here, I am the one that's currently in charge, and with Seth's meeting, my decisions are final. We will be heading into the forest in 2 days' time. Or If anything, I prefer one day, but she looks at Foslan. He seems quite insistent on preparing a little bit more. But regardless, we will go into that forest. I will bring proper gear as well as necessary artifacts, and we will strike down this threat at its core. Any objections? Any questions? Concerns?
No.
Oh,
And
I
she's
think
like,
you can handle yourself. I saw you against Paxi.
Oh.
You just hear Foslan speak up. That is not even a fight.
What has happened so far?
Basically,
Oh, they're referring to my duel with the princess.
No, I mean today.
so they got summoned. You guys all got summoned by a royal guard. Apparently, Priscilla has come to a decision. Not too much has happened yet. So basically, you guys all got summoned to the royal palace.
So, I would like to address Lindania,
Of course.
and I will say, ma'am, I may overstep my bounds,
Oh, you are. You most certainly are.
but with the king and queen gone, and Miss Priscilla heading the leadership of the country, I believe her heart is in the right place, and her decision today will save lives. We have gone into that forest and we have seen firsthand people in the midst of turning into these corrupted beings. Something that I would never wish on a living soul. And if we have the opportunity to stop it today, I hope for the best.
I understand your argument. Quite a convincing one. However, you forget that no matter who's in charge here, Priscilla is only temporarily in the role, and this decision doesn't just concern. Well, it does concern her and the fate of this kingdom. Because if she is the first in line for the throne, and if she were to die in that forest. Ever thought about that?
I look at Foslin, and then I look at is she holding her flail?
She doesn't have her weapon on her at the moment.
Well, I look at Foslin, and I just, like, stare him, like, square in the face. I'm like, I think she'll be okay.
Wait, who is this
You
other
are
person
going
telling
right-
us these things?
The
Is her
second
sister?
princess.
Yeah, the younger princess.
This one right here. Princess 2.
Yeah. I was considering making a comment, but that would be a bad idea.
This
No,
is
please,
a
by all
decision I
means.
believe should be in the presence of the king and the high
You
priestess,
think I should
both of
respond
which
to
are
her
not here.
inquiry by saying, "Oh, that's what you're here for"?
I was gonna say that.
You guys really want to die, don't you?
I
Like,
am
she's like half
not
my
saying
height.
that for a reason, okay?
Like half my height. I
Oh,
have some of myself hot.
I will rebuttal and say, I agree, ma'am. If time was on our side, I would also advise that we wait. However,
And yet, so much time has passed, and yet nothing happened from it. So why the rush?
we laid eyes on their central encampment and were discovered at the last second. The rush is so that we are able to catch them before they move.
Oh, so this is your fault then?
In a
I'm not
matter of
surprised.
speaking.
You do realize that if you were to succeed, a reward is not what we will be waiting for, but instead punishment. Because, in a way, everyone here, by going to that forest, are essentially going against the direct orders of the king himself.
Ma'am, I believe I speak for myself, at least on this one, but... Permission or no, If I had the opportunity to attack that forest and cleanse that corruption, I would do so.
She just lets out a sigh and starts rubbing her face. I am surrounded by idiots.
Also true.
Clearly, no amount of convincing is going to change anyone's mind here. Then she turns to Priscilla. But what about Ruinheit? What if you were to die in that forest or get severely injured? What would he think? And at that point, that's when Priscilla would like pause for a moment, and then after a bit, that won't happen.
I lean over to my team. Who's Ruin Height?
King.
Huh?
Oh, wait.
Brother.
No. Yeah, Ruinheit is the first prince.
Oh.
AKA the youngest sibling. Well, commonly referred to as third prince.
So,
That's
DM,
not how.
is this a matriarchal society or a patriarchal?
There,
I forget the exact
there is
word,
a
but
king and a
there-
queen.
There are monarchies where the first child is the first in line, male or female. I forget my kinds of monarchy.
The way England currently works.
Yes. There are
Which,
like
yeah. So right now,
unless
it looks like
it's
Princilla
neither.
is in line for the throne.
So if both her parents croaked, she would be the queen, and if she got married, then there would be another. Then her husband would be the king,
Got it.
and if she died, then her sister would become queen, and if
Got it.
she died, then her brother would become king, and if he dies, then we have a succession crisis, and it's a whole thing. But we're
Make
worried
it like
about
a
that
cousin
when it
or
happens.
something.
Yeah, it would be like a cousin. Anyway.
Miss Lindania, how would the public feel about the royal family punishing the group that cleansed the forest?
That doesn't matter.
Sounds to me like you're yellow.
Oh no.
At that point, you can see
Tell me you said that out loud.
Foz.
I did. I
Okay.
100% did.
Fozlin immediately reaches for a sword and draws it. And he says, "You dare insult the royal family!" And at that point, that's when Priscilla reaches out a hand and blocks him. Fozlin, stand down.
Oh,
I fought a
calls
shadow
me
demon.
Yella.
I fought a shadow demon today. I don't give a fuck.
Akis is just like sleep deprived, bleeding, like blood still in his fur.
Yeah.
He's just flipping the double bird.
Not yet. I'm gonna reserve that one for when we leave. I'm gonna walk backwards and do it. That's gonna be
So
the
I thought you
plan.
want to do like a water tribe kind of thing.
Yes. I look at him and then I look at her. I'm just saying. Like, it seems to me that you're simply afraid of doing anything, of dedicating any amount of energy to something that would actually solve a problem. Do you think the meat's just gonna go away on its own? If you sit here and politics at it enough?
He just growls at you and just takes a step back, deciding to ignore you at this point.
I can heat metal him. I win. I win this fight.
Anyways, Priscilla turns to her younger sister and says, "Besides, obviously I'm not going in there alone. Fozlin will be accompanying me. These fine adventurers will be accompanying, and they'll be bringing several royal guards members. And
Red
I will be
shirts.
obtaining a few artifacts from the vault." At that point, the younger sister will just look at her. "Don't tell me." And that's when Priscilla just nods her head. "Indeed, I am taking the tier of Farsos with me." And that's when Lindania would just go, "No, you are not! That is property of... That's the High Priestess! If you take that, oh, Father would kill you. And more, not just... He will kill you!" At that point, Priscilla would just turn to you guys. "So, would you want to meet again in a day's time or 2 days?"
I don't think we have any pressing anything that we're
Yeah.
waiting on.
I'm ready to go.
Princess,
Which one?
I do have some monk friends in town. Is it okay if they come with us?
The more the merrier, she says, as Fosland was about to say absolutely not.
Well, I did just want to warn you. They are a little strange. They've taken a vow of silence, you see.
I do have a request. Would we be able? We have a tradition when we leave on major expeditions to have a big pork feast. Would you happen to?
Oh my god.
The local butcher seems to be out of pig carcasses. Would you be able to provide any?
Good lord.
At that point, Fosland's once again about to speak up, and then Priscilla's just says, "This is the first time I've heard of such a tradition. A tradition of ventures, I presume."
Absolutely.
I don't see why not. If anything, it would be better to leave on full stomachs.
Can't say I've ever heard of something like that, Paxi.
No, it's a tradition that myself and Healer
A gnome tradition.
Yeah, it's a gnome tradition. Healer brought me up on it. Seems like a great idea.
Yeah. I speak gnome. I know about gnome traditions.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
Then it's been decided. Tomorrow's time we will leave. You shall meet us at the palace, where we shall conduct a... No, not a farewell feast. That would be too unfitting. But instead, a feast to celebrate our eventual victory. At that point, you can see Lindania once again face palms, and then Fosland just shakes his head in irritation. You are all dismissed. Come back here in a day's time.
Could you have those 2 pig carcasses delivered to the Glittering Bauble, please?
Oh, I presume the feast would be hosted here at the palace.
I mean, we'd love to, but it's a tradition amongst our own group, and Ronnie really does make the best ham.
Oh. Very well then. Then I shall go there with you during that time. You're dismissed.
Get metagamed on, nerds.
We gotta figure out a way to get the pig carcasses up to Healer Gnome's room.
I still have 2. No, it's okay. I still have 2 pig skeletons left.
You just hear Fosland speak up. You are dismissed.
Alright, bye!
I give it a curt bow and leave, I guess.
You know that gesture where you like brush on your shoulder? I do that towards the princess.
Which
the
one?
Secondary one. The secondary one.
Lindania? At that point, that's when you can see Fosland once again draws his sword. But the door's closed behind you, and that's when you can hear loud arguing.
Akis, before we head out, Sakala was able to read my mind yesterday and see the events herself. Do you think you'd allow her to do the same for you, and maybe she could provide some insight? For all I know, now that thing has your blood, and wants your ass dead too.
I would prefer to avoid that, if at all possible. Okay, I'll make you a deal.
Wait.
If during my sleep tonight I am accosted by shadow demons, then we'll do it. Otherwise, I can describe it well enough without having my brain sucked by a brain-sucking spider.
What exactly happened between you 2 up in that room?
Akis?
I wouldn't want to know about what they do up in their room together.
Well, wait,
We don't
Akis,
share a room. I sleep outside.
well, while
you
we're
just hear
here,
Wonton speak up. Hey, they must be fucking.
Do I hear that?
No, you don't.
It's a shield.
Akis,
He only talks to Athenia.
do you want to go talk to Sakala while we're here?
Oh, Jesus.
That's a one call.
His ringtone is pirates.
Akis,
But-
do you want to go talk to Sakala? While we're
Like right
here?
now, while we're here.
Yeah.
Do you think she would be able to fight the shadow demon? Have you talked to her about it before?
she touched me before and said, "Oh, something is following you." She didn't give me any insight as to what. Now you at least know what it looks like. You might be able to describe it to her, and she could at least tell us what the hell it is.
Okay. You know, I'm not too hot. I'm ragged. I'm tired. I'm a bit scuffed. I'm not in a good mood. Me seeing her would upset her sensibilities. Let's go.
Fair. Well.
Let's go.
And up the stairs we go.
Yep.
Anything to piss off Sakala.
I don't
I
want to see
go-
racist leaving.
Wait, is he like actively bleeding from a wound? Can he just like bleed on her carpet?
No, I stopped the bleeding. Unfortunately, that is a good idea though. I'll think about it for next time. There we go. There we go. Where is she? Like as I'm walking up the stairs, I'm like, "Yo, Sakala!"
And that's when the doors
Boom, boom,
open.
boom, boom,
She
boom.
would step out in.
Wait,
You know she has something in her hands.
can I perception check the inside the doors that she was opening?
Sure.
Because I'm a nosy son of a bitch.
Yes, you are.
15.
What is you're trying to look for?
I mean, is it like some hidden torture chamber, or is it just like her bedroom?
Oh, she came out of?
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this right now. Due to this position, most likely, what she just came out of was the balcony of the throne room. So, in other words, she probably
so
wasn't into the
I saw
entire thing
like
because-
the upper section of the throne room inside that door.
Yes.
So
Yes.
So I'm just gonna say like you were listening.
Of course. Nothing in this palace goes outside of my eyes. Then, she approaches you. She's holding something in her hand. Seems to be a metal spine.
A metal spine.
Spine like needle or like spike or spine like anatomy?
Spike.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good.
You want to roll first? Well, you rolled a 15. You'd recognize it. You know that little machine you guys fought a while back?
The big ass thing that killed Swolbo?
Yes.
Sure.
She's holding one of the metal spikes that came from its tail.
Oh, I
Boom.
thought it was gonna be like the RoboCop data spike.
That'd be convenient.
And I'm just
Just
going to
can't
say this right
identify
now.
on
You
it.
gave her the head and the core.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
She
we
did
also
not give her the body.
she read my mind. She knows exactly where it is.
So, in other words, this is definitely a confirmation that she is not in possession of the body as well.
Okay.
Okay,
Boom, boom.
like, oh, I'm just gonna, like, oh, good, you went and got the body.
Of course, I would leave something as valuable as that to lie around.
Yes, unfortunately,
It's
it's
quite
very
fascinating.
heavy.
You, elf lady, you. Like I'm actively. I'm standing next to her and I'm pointing at her.
Oh,
She
You
just
said
looks down at your finger and then just slowly
No.
brushes it aside.
no. She's looking up at my finger.
you remember
Oh.
how you had mentioned that something was following me?
Yeah, that.
Perhaps.
Yeah, Aegis got to meet it last night. Could you listen to his account and possibly tell us what it is?
What am I, a confessional booth? I may be a priestess, but I do not do such things.
Call it research.
Research. Well, if anything, you are currently interrupting my research.
It was in a pocket dimension created by Ishnox.
Ishnox.
Oh, so one of the barons.
No, my
Perhaps it
cousin
was
is
my time to
Yes,
listen.
the Baron.
I'm sorry, what did she say?
Perhaps
All
it is
hail
worth our
Ishnox,
time
may
to
his-
listen.
Okay,
may his
great.
reign last forever.
Akos, don't piss off the mean lady.
The what?
I'm just gonna look at her as like, apologies, but there's no way in the seven hells you don't understand your reputation amongst people.
Everyone.
Oh,
And if you need me to elaborate, I will.
That's
no,
how you die.
you don't need to speak.
We can take her.
Ever.
There's two of us.
We
We have the action economy.
Akis.
No, this is out of character. This is out of character.
I hope
This is
so.
me-
Okay, I thought about
this
she'd be
is me-
casting her. I have a little spell
We
right
can
now.
take
This
her.
is
The
me-
metal spine just appears in his jugular.
No, she just
This is me-
rips out
no.
both of your brains.
Yeah.
This is me talking with Drew. She reveals her true form as a mind flayer and
Yeah,
eats
she's
us.
Illithid.
Yes.
Anyway, would you want to recap your... He recaps.
Yes, I recap. I play for her the last episode of the podcast.
Interesting technology.
Acast is a druid, but he also has an iPhone 8.
Alright, so you recount everything, and she just
Yeah.
listens. And when you eventually finish with the whole you guys coming back after
I
the,
make me fighting the monster sound cooler than it actually was. Like I make it seem like I was much better at fighting it, that I didn't miss all of my attack rolls.
Insight check.
I'm lying.
Roll
You don't even need to
deception.
roll. Okay. All right, I'll roll deception. Which one of these is?
Wait, why am I so bad at insight? Wait. Damn, I believe him.
You
We're fucking idiots. We're idiots.
You-
We're stupid.
Okay, Foxy.
I'm
you
sitting
believe
there
Akaz
just like,
who's-
wow, you're so cool, Akis.
And then she's just. I see.
We're just
Well, I'll
No,
do
fucking
what I said.
Tweedledum and Tweedledummer.
Exactly.
And what she says, like, I will dwell on this. You may leave.
Tweedledemon and Tweedledum.
What? Damn it.
What?
Wait, she said we can leave.
Oh. Frazzum.
I'm gonna make like I'm following him down. It's like, and then I'm gonna lean back before I leave. Like, you like ham sandwiches too?
Leave.
Frazzum.
Wait, did I get a hint that she was even interested when I mentioned ham, or is she just pissed off?
She looks pissed off.
Grumble,
I want to
grumble,
know
grumble.
if this is like a secret weakness of hers that I've discovered, or if it's like an inside joke that I'm just pissing her off even more. Like an inside joke
Hey.
of the Black Token Society, and I'm just opening old wounds.
Alright, you don't know.
Fuck!
Grumble,
But she's
grumble,
getting
grumble.
more and more mad.
Alright,
Grumble, grumble,
back to the
grumble.
glittering bauble.
Grumble. Off the map. Off
So
the
you
map,
guys are right back, unless someone else wants to do something.
I want to take a fucking long rest. I'm missing all my spell slots.
Alright, I'm ready to go to the forest.
Grumble.
Sounds nice.
Go in the bushes, fucking sleep. It's like the middle of the afternoon, but I'm going to sleep anyway. It's fucked
Sorry,
up.
let me get this straight. Acas, you were inside of Paxi?
So
You just
you're
hear
inside of Paxton
Wonton
in
speak
his
up.
room.
Hey, I told you they were fucking.
I don't want to think about what people do behind closed doors, Wonton.
It's okay, I'll do the brainstorming for you.
Wait, so yours talks too, right, Athenia?
Yes.
You're talking to it right now.
Yes.
What is it saying? It's talking about me? Is it talking about
It's
me
none of
behind my
your
back?
business. None of your business.
I point my two fingers at my own eyes and then at Wonton, and then I go back outside to my bush.
Paxi,
Yes.
did you get the impression that the princess would be interested in becoming a disciple of Ishnok?
I'm going to say this as clearly as possible.
Stop doing
No.
that. You're going to get us in trouble.
Absolutely not.
I don't think I should bring it up. What if she gets drunk tonight?
Remember, healer, any form of magic here, aside from divine, is grounds for throwing you in prison. I wouldn't even mention that you are able to do what you do.
So does that mean I'm not
Exactly.
supposed to use? What do I do?
Yes!
I heal people. It's part of my name.
That is divine magic. But your monk friends dabble in other types of magic that is frowned upon.
No, they can't. They can't do any magic. They're pretty dumb. Okay, so
I start bashing my face into the table.
so are you saying that while we're out, we should avoid non-divine magic? Or do you think she's cool?
While you are inside these city walls, I would avoid non-divine magic. Outside,
Okay, so-
I don't care.
Okay, so everyone except you is fucked, Paxi, is what you're saying.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, I mean, I do some divine magic. As well.
Exactly. Everyone except Paxi.
Yeah.
Paxi is the one arcane caster here.
So, like, we met a town guard, and he was like, necromancy will land you instantly in jail, if not beheaded. And, regular arcana-type magic will get you a slap on the wrist, if not a sentence in jail.
I'm a druid. I'm fine. I'm immune to rules.
I don't really dabble in necromancy.
Yeah, I
I'll
wouldn't,
probably be
I
okay,
wouldn't
yeah.
mention that to anybody. I'd stick with
Do
your
what
monk
now?
story. Uh-oh.
What? I said I don't dabble in necromancy. Even if I did, you're a paladin, so you're woke. You have to accept me for who I am.
I don't quite think that's how paladins work, but I'll accept it.
You may
Yeah,
accept
paladins
it,
are the
I
most.
don't.
Paladins are the
Woke.
woke.
But you're woke.
So you have to
Alright.
accept my necromancy.
I identify as a good person.
So, I'm gonna go up to Calvin. Is Calvin there?
Yep, he's there. He's chilling.
Oh, hey, Paxi, last thing.
Yes.
We should really try and score some more cash for Kelvin while we got the princess here tonight.
More cash for Calvin?
Isn't somebody paying our tab? Or did
Uh,
I mishear that at the beginning?
My understanding was Kelvin runs this tavern out of the kindness of his heart, so technically he's footing the bill for us.
Oh, well then we should try and get the princess to foot the bill for us.
You got it.
What?
Kelvin,
Yes, I see you're back from your little royal trip. So, how can I help you?
when I say Sakala and ham, what does that mean to you?
Why do you ask?
I've getting conflicting stories that she is crazy for the stuff. And yet, if I ever mention it, she seems to want to stab me through the neck.
Oh, only stab you. Well.
Is this an inside joke from your old group days, or is she really crazy for ham? Because
Now,
while I
wouldn't you
am...
want to know?
What?
Now, wouldn't you want to know?
Well,
Well,
while
telling
I'm...
you this, what do I get out of it?
Oh, God.
Because
damn
I'll
it.
be honest, I kind of been giving you a lot of stuff for free as of late.
Yeah, pay the
So-
tab, pay the tab.
At this point, I'd say, well, I think the free stuff should really start slowing down. Otherwise, I will go out of business and all sorts of things.
What do you
Outside
want,
of
Kelvin?
character.
What are you willing to give?
That's not an answer to my question.
That's a very dangerous thing to hear from the man with the evil bargain sword.
Wait,
Well,
actually, when he asks, like, what are you willing to give, I'm gonna, like, eyeball Well Splitter and just be like, no.
No, I'm not asking for favors of that sort. Not for something as trivial as this. But how about this? In exchange of, I don't know, you want information? Why don't you give me some? Sounds fair.
Alright.
Information.
in a day's time, we're going with Miss Priscilla and Fazla, and we're gonna go cleanse corruption in the forest or die trying.
Oh, that's something I already knew.
God
That's no
damn it!
secret.
Yeah, remember when you shared your plan with him? I think he was the one who got you the audience to begin with.
What does Kelvin not know?
He has. He knows everything. You see, he's the second big bad evil guy. Like he's like the right hand of the big bad evil guy, because the big bad evil guy is Dakota.
Wait.
Oh, I got something he doesn't know.
Wait, did we tell him? Alright.
What?
I'm going to recount our adventure through the labyrinth of who's and what's it, dude.
The bullshit puzzle blocks of bullshit.
So you tell him about that?
Sure.
Alright, when you start telling him that, explaining your little situation with the puzzle box and like how you guys got inside of it, right?
Yeah.
He kind of like smiling at first, but then he kind of stops smiling, and then he starts leaning forward. Then when you finish, he goes, well, I didn't realize such remnants actually existed, sucking into a pocket dimension and whatnot. Well, now I have an extra thing to keep an eye out for. Good to know. Good to know. Alright, well, I think that's more than enough for me in terms of what the whole exchange is. So to answer your question, what was the question again?
What's
Something
up with
about
Sakala and Ham?
Yeah, you're just asking to see if there's something she enjoys or it's an inside joke?
Basically.
I think I gave you a pretty good shiny nugget of information. Why don't you give me everything you know about Sakala and Ham?
Alright, very well. The answer is yes.
To what?
All of it. She has quite a guilty pleasure in terms of eating ham. Where she comes from in Chaluda, well, they say at least high elves are vegetarian.
Oh.
And she tried it by accident, and she ended up loving it so much that, well, it's a great shame to her. And of course, us being in the same party, it became a pretty big inside joke that we always jabbed at her all the time, which of course at one point she did nearly mind wipe one of our members. He's no longer with us. Anyways.
Is she no longer with you because she got mind
person or
She's
no
a
longer with you
mind
in person,
spider.
or no
Brain
longer with you as in
spider.
he's fucking
She's
dead.
a brain spider.
Anyways, it is something she greatly enjoys, but she tries to keep it secret. So don't start saying it out loud, especially in the presence of others, otherwise she will, well...
Mind spider me?
What's
Brain spider.
I hear this whole mind spider thing sometimes now. Is this a new joke?
No, it's not
she's
mind
got the-
spider, it's brain spider.
She's
There's
got
a
the-
difference. Mind spiders are a different thing.
She's got the personality
from
of
the
a
table.
bug, and she messes with people's brains. Brain spider.
She sucks like a spider. Do you know how a spider...
To be fair, she did obtain that magic from the Underdark during our brief venture down there with Dressured.
Because it hits the fucking desk. I knew it! I was right!
No, don't worry. She's just as much of an elf as...
I go to
okay.
an elf.
So,
I go to the fireplace and I use like fucking controlled fire and druidcraft to make the words brain spider and a little picture of a spider out of fire. Brain spider.
so
I'm sorry, I'm in a
You
mood
don't
today. I'm
anger
gonna
her,
pick out.
and you will have nothing to worry. Which, of course, at this point, Paxi, you seem to be doing quite a good job at doing just that, angering her. Careful. Even though she
How
does appreciate the
does
whole
she-
hams things,
so,
doing it too much will get you in trouble.
and exactly how do you know that?
Know what?
That I have angered her? I didn't tell you.
He's in
You
a safe assumption.
are asking me about her whole deal with Ham. You
I never mentioned.
also ordered a board from Ronnie. You think I would miss that?
That
and
was
gave
an-
it to her.
That was as an apology.
Yes. But I'm just going to be saying this right now. I know Sakala well enough that if you're coming to me about what's her deal with Ham, this is an inside joke. That would mean she's most likely reacting with anger. Which, of course, as I know Sakala very well, she would. Anger and shame. It is a bit of a sore spot for her, after all.
Shanger.
So she's not so addicted to the stuff that she would break character.
Not necessarily. If anything, it enforces her character. After all, her eating ham is what got her kicked out of her house. House with a capital H, and I'll leave it at that.
They consider pig to be an unclean, non-kosher meal.
It is an animal, and as I said, high elves are vegetarian. They do not eat animals. In fact, depending on which ones you encounter, they may not even eat milk. Well, cheese and drink milk, animal byproducts, that sort of
Oh,
things.
the vegan
Depends.
wizards. I've heard of them.
Of course, the house Sakala is from do in fact drink milk, eat honey, that sort of thing. But now meat. And she made the mistake. And she paid for it, so it is very much a sore spot, which is why I warn you, careful. Say it too often and she will snap, like she's done in the past.
Noted. Thank you.
Of course. And he just looks at Akas. He just starts shaking his head, mouthing the word brain spider. Then he just goes back to.
No, I'm gonna go back to Acus. You think
What?
you can druid craft a plant that tastes like ham?
Fuck. Okay, I can help plants grow. That I can do. But changing them on such a fundamental level like that would be really difficult. But if I had help from another druid who was more skilled than me, maybe we could put our heads together and come up with a plan. As Dylan furiously types.
Two feather of the wing.
Well,
So you go to Feather the Wing. So you leave.
I don't want to go right now. I don't want to go right. I want it to be a plan we have on the back end, unless you want to do it right now.
Yeah. This is
I mean,
fucking Tweedledum and Tweedledummer's magical quest to find a plant that tastes like ham.
If only there was a spell that could change the taste of an object. Oh well.
Yep.
Impossible for.
wait a minute. I can't
Press
laser things,
digitation.
can I?
Wait,
you see,
Who can
funny,
learn
I can't.
prestidigitation?
I cannot learn prestidigitation. I can learn druidcraft. That's the druid
Wait.
version of prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation can change the taste of something?
Yes, prestidigitation can affect the flavor of objects. It's weird, but it's technically what the spell says.
Mm-hmm. Up to 1 cubic foot.
Yeah,
I have
flavor.
I have a feeling. Wait, no, that's Arcana magic. She's not allowed to do it inside the city.
Exactly.
Who can
I don't
learn
even think.
prestidigitation?
I don't think clerics can learn prestidigitation. Not that our characters would know that.
I mean,
I
But-
think we can.
No, clerics have thaumaturgy. Druids have
That's the
druid.
thaumaturgy, you're right.
Clerics
Wizards
have
get
thaumaturgy.
prestidigitation.
Yes. Prestidigitation is for wizards and bards.
Artificer,
For the
Bard,
arcane
Sorcerer,
casters.
Warlock, Wizard, yeah.
Yes, the 5 arcane casters. Druids and technically rangers get druidcraft, and clerics and technically paladins get thaumaturgy.
you can flavor 1 cubic foot of non-living material. Eat this brick. It tastes like ham.
Yeah, but it's still a brick, though. It's a weird thing that you can do, but I guess if we ever find... you're a warlock, you can learn it. Ask your evil spear about it.
What? Just because she wants to date you doesn't make her evil.
Yeah, she's a
No.
kinky spear.
You suddenly hear her speak up.
She
I
pulled me
do
into.
not want to date him. In
She
fact, I
pulled
want
me
to
into.
date him.
Oh.
She pulled me into the shadow realm, into an evil dimension. I have to assume that she is tangentially related to evil.
Did
I
he
guess
ever?
maybe it,
Wait, did Akis? Did you ever mention that you literally dropped Morning in front of the evil shadow creature?
I said I tactically used the effects of my spell to exploit the creature's weakness.
So that's a
So
no.
That is a hard no.
All right.
Because I mean, I didn't like drop Morning planning to give Morning away. I dropped Morning because I knew it would work. Or I hoped it would work, but Acast would never say that. He knew it would work. Clearly, the thing wants the spear. Heat the spear. Fuck it.
All right. Are we going to Feather?
You want to do that right now, or do you want to have?
Ham plant.
He said if you bring it up too much, she'll like brain spider you.
I'm
So
not
I
bringing it up to her.
So you guys go to the Heartwood entrance.
I think we should save this just as a
Feather,
backup plan. just
Feather,
in case.
we need to grow a plant that tastes like ham.
You just walk up to her and she just
Good morning, by the way.
Good morning.
afternoon.
We need
Looks at
bacon
you.
We
lettuce.
didn't like you weren't like our vision quest wasn't a whole night. It was like an hour.
Pardon? I do not understand what you mean.
It's really not
Also
all
good
that
morning.
difficult. I want to grow a plant that tastes like ham.
For what particular reason? This is
I-
rather out of nowhere.
All right. At this point,
I'm
I
just
think
gonna look at him
he's
just like,
either-
Feather, do you know someone who really likes ham?
Don't say that I do.
What?
Remember, he hates her even more than the rest of the people.
Okay. Let's say... call it a academic curiosity then.
Well,
Akis and
I
I have
don't
a
even
bet
know where
that
to
you
start.
can't make plants taste like meat.
well, such things do exist. There is a particular grass whose roots taste like bacon.
What is the name of this plant? I just start foaming at the...
But it is only in taste, and such plants are few and far between. I don't even know if such plant is native to here at Shador.
What's it
But-
called?
I hear about plants that taste like bacon, and I am now also interested for other reasons.
Yeah.
his ears perk up all the way from the city, like he just knows.
This is so dumb.
Okay, Paxi, in character. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
This is funny. I am all for messing with her. She's an ass. But I want to know, is your motivation for messing with her, A, some weird tiefling form of flirting? B, do you want her to die? Or C, do you want you to die? Because those seem like the three end goals of this, of persistently bothering
He's just trying
her.
to get her to be more willing to help us in the future.
Well,
That's
to say the
basically it.
least.
Yeah.
Okay.
If,
Ah.
trying to think back, such a plant, well, plant is perhaps not the best word. You know, it is a plant, but it's more specifically a seaweed. And
Seaweed.
yes, it's well, a not too recent discovery, where when cooked long enough, it tastes like bacon or something. I haven't tried it myself, and I'm rather skeptical, but it exists. Where you find it, however, well, either far off in the ocean, but it seems like, well, a couple of port towns in the Phallic Empire have started to specialize in cooking it. Or at least adding it to their own delicacies.
Phallic. How do you spell that?
the phallic empire.
Yes.
Yeah, the phallic
They're about
empire.
they're about dicks.
Yeah, that's about okay. Thalak.
I'm not sorry, Dylan. I am not.
I don't
sorry.
acknowledge that that's the name.
It's
All right.
that the phallic empire is a bit out of our way.
Anyways, what
for
is
an
the whole
elaborate
reason
meme.
for this bet? Because I do not believe it is a bet. There's a little bit more to this, and you're letting on.
Paxy's playing the long game.
Bye.
I have a thing for Sakala. All right. I want to make her happy.
Oh, I see. This is for Sakala. Now that makes sense. She does like her ham despite trying to hide it. And you want to create a plant that tastes like ham? I presume?
Well, bacon's a pretty good start, I'd say. If it already exists, might as well just go with that.
Yes. Well, but she doesn't quite like bacon as much. Ham has a particular taste. But regardless,
It's a
if
starting
this is for
point.
Sakala, I must say that I have no intentions of helping you in this case.
See,
Fair
that's
enough.
the whole. You got it. Have a good day, Feather. Nice seeing you.
Of course, also, you're wasting your time. I'll also say this. Do not dwell on this any further.
I will crack that nut, Feather. Mark my words.
Yes, and she will crack your brain open as well.
Worth?
Keep in mind, what you're doing is not a kindness. In fact, you're just simply reminding her of her shame. Which, actually, by all means, go ahead. I'm more than fine with that, but I am not the one who's going to be on the receiving end of her rage.
I
You
say
do
brain
realize,
spider
even if
is
she
druidic.
enjoys it, it is still a reminder of her shame. Do you know where she came from, her origins?
Yes, she got kicked out of her house because she tried ham.
Do you know the
Accidentally.
house she is from?
No.
She, even though her name is Sakala Fayfield, the name Fayfield is not her true family name. Originally, she was Sakala Toldrisesh, a very famous house in Jaluta.
Acast reaches down. Acast very calmly reaches to his hip, gets his water skin, drinks from the water skin, and does a spit take.
Ah. Even though I know you are a furball, Akaz, and you don't often dwell on the whole political nature of Jaluta, even I know that you are aware of the Toldrishesh family.
Everyone is bad. She there, kicked out. Meet her, she, her, you, her, she.
Yes, the Toldrishesh family are very big on appearances and tradition. They are, after all, one of the most influential houses of all of Jaluta. And,
They don't
of
eat
course,
ham.
well, meat for any of that matter, they do have to keep up an image of purity, of unwavering resilience to resist all temptations. And she did something that goes against everything her family stands for. It's a shame. If things were to continue on, she would have been next in line for that seat. Regardless, she... Don't. Yes, I'm just gonna say this now. You are walking a very dangerous path, and to appeal to her in this method is perhaps the worst way. It will work once, maybe twice, but any more than that is simply tempting destiny in the most dangerous of ways. What if you were to be... well, if you had a family that you held great pride to be part of, where you had a great path lay before you, a path of importance, of fame, of, well, great responsibility. but you did something. Dabbled in a
Ma'am, if you're
temporary...
trying to tell me about being ostracized and being bad, let me remind you, and I'll point to my horns again.
Of course, but this is not being ostracized due to a racial heritage of what your ancestors have done in the past. This is being ostracized for your very own actions.
Well,
Essentially,
I,
be
for
careful
one,
with what
think
you're
her
doing.
actions were just fine, and if she wants to indulge in the decadence of ham, by God, let her. And I will turn around and walk off. In a huff.
She just...
I go up to her and I say brain spider in Druidic, and then I follow him.
Brain spider. Now that is a new one. If anything, I've heard her being referred to as squid a few times by a couple of very skilled Underdark dwellers.
Wait.
Brain spider!
Yes, she looks at everyone else. Is there any other reason why you're here, or is it just because of the whole ham thing?
They're just NPCs. They're just here for the ride. This campaign is now Paxi and Akas's quest to do the dumbest shit they can think of.
A ham plant.
Yes,
Ham plant.
Yes.
Alright, well, I'll see you all later then, assuming it is not another one of these shenanigans.
Oh, there's always shenanigans.
And I hear I thought those things end right after you leave the party, but no, it still continues.
There's always shenanigans.
Alright,
So,
guys, head back
DM,
to
I
Wish
wanna,
Door City. Oh,
I wanna,
what's
hang,
up?
I wanna hang out. I wanna ask Feather the Wind a question when everybody leaves. I want to hang back.
Alright.
So Feather, I recently started following Ishnok, and Paxi seems to think it's a bad idea for me to try and recruit the princess.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, please? Recruit the princess? Which one? And for what?
He's gonna get his ass kicked doing this.
Well, the princess, because Ishnok is such a great leader, I'm trying to help recruit some followers.
You mean Ishnox, one of the 4 barons?
Yeah, that one.
Are you trying to start a cult?
Well,
Cult's such a strong word.
such a strong word. That's exactly right.
No, he's trying to expand an already existing cult.
Little one,
Yeah.
I'm going to be clear and first. I don't know which princess you're speaking of to join, but first, that's a bad idea. Second, the idea of creating some sort of following for Ishnox is also a bad idea. I've encountered several mages in the past who wielded their magic, and they went mad with power. You would simply become another problem, which is why you should abandon this immediately. Using the Baron's magic is already a very frowned upon thing, which, since I did have a party member who used such magic, I am willing to look the other way. But dwelling on recruiting followers, it's absurd. Absolutely absurd. Especially since, well, when those join a cult, which is what you are implying, they expect power. However, the magic of the barons are not easily shared. That requires some sort of scroll made of the very material that they use to transfer their essence. And that is not possible unless you were to find such a method.
So what you're saying is Ishnok will make me very powerful and I should keep him to myself.
I did not say it like that, but...
He heard exactly every other word.
Between the lines, I got
yes,
it.
that is what I'm saying. If you wish to grow more powerful, then simply keep such power to yourself. If you spread it... After all, such power is limited, and if you were to spread it around, you yourself will not get powerful. Understand?
I will wink at Feather of the Wind, I believe.
Is there anything else?
We're driving this poor lady nuts.
I'm already gone.
No, Healer Gnome is driving her nuts. We're just
guys-
exasperating her.
So as you're walking away, she just mutters to herself, I have to imagine myself telling someone to hoard power, but at this point, it's the only thing I can get through his thick little skull. Anyways, you guys arrive back at Witchdoor City, with Healer Gnome all the way in the back, and I'm not going to move your tokens anywhere, just leave you scattered. Alright, Akos goes swimming, looking for seaweed.
I can become creatures with a swimming speed. I could do it. It wouldn't be a good idea, but I hypothetically could. Alright. Okay. Alright. So then we take a long rest and I get killed by a shadow demon in my sleep. Let's go.
Alright. As you guys start making your way back towards the, whatchamacallit, the glittering bauble, you guys actually see an individual in the middle of the road walking towards you guys.
Sir,
Yeah,
have
you
you heard
recognize
of the
him.
magical ham plant?
How many red dragons is that?
Well, that's 3d4 red dragons right there.
There has to be some
That's
sort
three
of
more.
there has to be some sort of a yuppie gastro that serves it around here.
Anyways, the individual who's walking towards you guys is no other than Elkwood. He is not at his smithy.
I wonder if there's a
Oh.
gelato. Is there a gelato store? Have I seen one?
A gelato?
Gelato.
Have I seen any people wearing fedoras?
You're
He's-
kind of
he's
cutting it
looking-
out.
He's looking for hipsters. He's looking for hipsters.
Fedora. I'm
Oh,
looking
fedora.
for fedoras.
You don't see anyone wearing such hats simply because it's currently not the time of age, or that is the style.
Oh.
So what you're saying is Healer Gnome gets to start a fashion trend.
Fucking no.
Yes. This is what D&D is about. The DM making the players suffer, and the players making the DM suffer in return.
So I will greet Elkwood. What? I'm assuming we didn't just run into him out here for no good reason.
Nope. He just walks up to you guys. Hold on, let me double check.
Let me quickly check the monster stat block for the gelatinous cube.
Hold on. There we go. Alright, gelatinous cube, here we go. Anyways, so he'll look at you guys, goes, there you are. Couldn't find you in the glittering bauble.
Sure. Here we
You
are.
know what the thing gave me?
The three swords?
Just the two, or I gave you one back.
Yep.
Made something out of it.
Already.
Is it?
It was kind of hard working at it at first. Then I found a way to make it comply. Got something cool out of it. They just start turning and walking back towards his, blacksmith.
Swelbo, you want more cool shit to stab
Sounds
things
good.
with? No, I guess we're going to follow Elkwood then.
Yeah, I'm just immediately following. As soon as I hear about him making new sharp weapons, I start following. I don't care
gonna be
about
like
what these other people are doing.
it's gonna be like Darth Maul's lightsaber.
So he leads you guys back to his blacksmith. Well, his smithy is probably the better term to describe it. And he's already went inside, went behind the door in the back, and he can hear some noises as he's pulling stuff. Then he comes back out with something rather big, wrapped in cloth. Going to say this now. One of the most weirdest things I've ever worked with. It's kind of odd trying to get it to change shape and stuff, especially since the metal's already kind of stuck. But after a little bit of messing around, fiddling with heat and whatnot, I managed to find a method to actually make it comply.
And he sets it down in front of Swolbo.
It's yours.
Oh boy.
So I assume you take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. I want to look at what it is.
Alright, when you take off the cloth, I'm just going to say this right now. You remember this thing you guys fought? It had like the 6 knife arms. It seems like he took a metal stick, and after a bit of filling, he managed to stick 2 of those blades on each side, and the blades are curved, almost look like a battle axe.
Nice.
It's dark metal. The blades are also dark, but with red edges. And this thing is humming with magic.
Oh shit, he managed to turn it on.
So,
Yeah, vibro blades now.
that thing right there. I don't know what exactly you got that thing from, but seems there's memories and stuff in there.
Oh no.
Almost called remnants, but it's kind of what it is. It had a name. I kind of took it and made a little change to it. I call that axe there a heat killer.
Ooh.
Swalbo just has like the greatest look of glee on his face at this new shiny weapon.
It's gonna take a bit, but you're gonna have to attune to that thing. That way you can unlock its potential and shit like that. You know, if you already used magic items before, same thing. If not, just stare and look at it for a little bit. Once you feel a connection, you can use it for what it is.
Yes,
But,
if I can attune to it.
Yeah. No cost or anything, Will. Actually, I would appreciate a gold piece for the resources I used to make that little handle. Other than that,
I toss him 2.
He takes 1, and he just pushes the other one back towards you.
don't accept tips. Appreciate though.
Alright.
He just puts a coin in his apron.
So, yeah. Tell me how it does, and if I find anything weird like that again, bring it by me. And I'll make something out of it. If I can. No promise.
Cool.
This gif is Swalbo just looking at this new weapon.
Yeah.
He told me to stare at it.
Alright, well, I'm almost done finishing it, so what do you guys do now?
Guess we'll go back to
We will go back to our
the illiterate bauble.
yes. Go back to our quest hub, Peach's Castle. We're gonna fucking sleep. Get the one person here who's listing their spell slots. We'll get them back.
Well, you know, maybe unless you have, you know, crazy nightmare monsters come after you in the middle of the night.
Out of character, did you ever not get of the benefits of a long rest?
I
If
do.
So I'm scared.
I
Okay.
do, but there are benefits to being a warlock.
There are benefits to being a druid, albeit if there's not benefits to being chased by a demon monster. So I'd prefer to only have the druid part, not the demon monster part.
Yeah,
To be so kind, DM.
the part about only needing short rest is the benefit.
I get my wild shape back at a short rest. And nothing else. That's not true. I get some things back on a short rest.
Alright, and almost done. Gotta copy and paste a few things.
Hurry, while he's distracted. Everybody, add a bunch of shit to your inventory. You'll never know.
One Tarask has been added to my inventory.
Tarask in a bottle.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been miniaturized, like with imprisonment, and then you just throw the bottle like a Pokeball, and then a Tarask comes out.
God, this is turning into an arc.
We were discussing yesterday how, for some reason, Tarasques only have 3 intelligence. Kind of weird.
They're animals.
Yeah, but they're like insanely powerful.
Yes, insanely powerful animals. Most animals that are just unaligned creatures have like 3 or 4 intelligence.
Yeah, but most animals aren't the most powerful being in the world.
I mean,
He's
there
not
are ways
smart.
to kill a Tarrasque.
He lives for destruction, and that is all.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
big.
He's just as smart as my wizard from Saturday.
Alright.
Oh, we played a one-shot on Saturday, and I played a wizard with 3 intelligence.
Oh fuck, someone died.
What?
I
Who
think it
died?
was Chris. His stream is
Oh.
glitching out.
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know why my stream is glitching out. It's fine to me.
Oh no, it was Seth. No, it wasn't.
What?
No, it was.
What did I do?
It was Drew. Drew has left
Oh, fuck.
us.
Oh.
Drew, no! Dylan, go check on him. Make sure he didn't
Oh, he
actually
mentioned
die.
something about he's really tired, so.
Hmm.
Alright, so we'll just continue on without him for now.
Okay.
So,
Get a shot of espresso.
Seth,
Hello.
you've been staring at your weapon for a little while. Then suddenly you can feel some sort of connection form between you and it.
Because you were attuned.
It better not start talking.
One of these wizards around here better not start making me think this weapon talks.
Hold on.
We
My
get-
campaigns. Awesome campaign.
We need to get Zakala to brain spider the knowledge that talking weapons are real into his brain.
You are now in possession of Heat Killer.
Even if Zakala herself doesn't know wait, she does. She's been inside your brain, and she can take that out of your brain and put it into his brain.
She also
She's a brain
adventured
spider.
with Kelvin.
Yeah, with Wealth Splitter. So presumably she knows it's evil and can talk, and is evil and can talk. Mostly the evil is what we should be concerned about, though. Because it is evil.
Oh, here it is.
Yep, already added it to your inventory. When you do, you felt something change, as if your vision basically flashed red for a brief moment.
That
Ooh.
double vision.
In the corner of your eye, you can see red text in common. All you can see
Wait,
is
did he get a heads up display?
all you can see is the words "Heat Killer Online."
Hell is going on?
Master
I'm
Chief,
very
good to see you
confused.
again.
Swobo
you
is
guys-
finishing this fight.
Bobo is confused.
Alright, so where do you guys go next? Also, now Swirl, you're in possession of a odd but seems to be very dangerous weapon.
Currently,
Best
I have
kind of weapon.
yes, I have no quests except long rest.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any quests?
No, I mean I need to do something before bed, but other
I
than
got a
that,
cool
I'm good.
sword.
So that I can mark off going back to Elkwood in a week because that just happened.
Yep.
Oh. Nothing.
Alright, so you guys go back to the glittering bauble, I presume.
Yes. I go to
When
my
you
bush.
When you guys pull up to the glittering bauble, it's still daytime, by the way.
Nice.
You notice that there's someone else in there.
Oh shit. Is it coming?
Oh.
No.
Hello, Cray.
Yep, you can see Cray, Captain Cray, is currently talking with Kelvin.
Alright.
And as you guys walk in, Kelvin goes, "Hey, welcome back from your errands, I presume. Did you find any luck on that whole quest for ham? Because that's, I presume, what you went off to do.
We found about a seaweed that tastes like bacon.
No kidding.
Yep.
No kidding.
I guess you still get continually surprised by this world. Huh. You can see Cray, she like looks at you. So, not getting into any trouble, I see.
Plenty of it.
As expected. Don't mind me, currently just visiting. I have nothing in mind for you. As of right now, at least. Calvin just leans on the counter. Yeah, Cray occasionally makes occasional, visits when she's finished with her paperwork for the day. She's been particularly busy the past couple of weeks, so doesn't matter. If anything, you kind of helped lighten that little load off a little bit with your past deeds, to say the least. Anyways, welcome back to the Glittering Bauble. How shall I serve you?
Miss Ashlight, how often do you venture into the forest?
As of recently, since the last expedition, which was several years ago,
I'll be back.
never.
Good plan.
Well, I do follow royal orders, and I was ordered to not enter that forest.
Fair.
Yep. May I speak to you in private?
Any particular reason?
Royal orders.
Very well. She looks at Calvin. Calvin just shrugs and goes, I don't know, just go up, take the first room on the right. And she nods her head, goes up the stairs. Up.
Why? Why? Oh God,
She distorts.
No!
That
She's the
disappears.
true brain spider.
No, that's what happens when you get brain spiders. You get stretched. Oh God, now she's vertical. No, no. She's dead. She's fucking dead. She's been meat crayoned.
Alright, anyway, she goes into this room.
Oh.
Stop making her long, Dylan. And then we cut away from what they do in their room. As we go through the rest of
You
the
can
party.
see she's T-posing while also spazzing out.
She's asserting
Clipping
dominance.
into the ground. She's
She
clipping
goes
into the
over,
ground.
sits
You hear
down on the bed,
slapping noise.
crosses her leg, and then just crosses her arms. Alright, shoot.
I will lean against the wall then. And I explain Priscilla's plan for cleansing the corruption and how her sister objects.
What do you do? She kind of, her face doesn't seem to react at all. Seems like she has a very good poker face. But when you finish, she blinks. I'm sorry. So you want to go into the forest with the first princess to cleanse the corruption directly.
Well, this
And
was
the
her
second-
idea, really. I merely said we were willing to help, and she hatched this plan herself.
Yourself. And you didn't say anything that would possibly influence her?
I said we were willing to help.
And then she kills you.
Alright, see that you're willing to help. The thing is, this is a decision that is no small feat. You are going into the direct heart of this forest, even if you have the first princess, a couple members of the royal guard, and the captain himself. That is still a very dangerous fight.
Understood.
Do you know how powerful these entities are that are in that forest? I'm not talking about the monsters themselves, the riffraff, the basic fighters. I'm talking about the more powerful entities that you've brought up.
Did we tell her about... Oh yeah, we did.
Yes, you did. And you also mentioned father.
Yep. My understanding... Wait. So, okay. Dane knows that there's like a tunnel or something that goes under the birthing tree and to father. But did Paxi ever figure that out? Because I think it was Wonton that mentioned it.
It was Wonton that mentioned it.
But did Paxi ever hear about it?
Probably not.
Then I would say something to the sound of, I don't mean to go directly into the forest and march up to their front door. I'm looking for a better way.
That is what isn't being implied from what you're described.
Well,
but that is exactly what you
that's what it
what
sounds like.
Use diplomacy? Because this is not a threat that can be reasoned with, and it seems like the only way to deal with it is destruction.
I agree, but I don't think marching up to its front door is quite the right tactic either. Do you know of a better way of getting there?
You tell me. After all, I'm not the one who's doing research on it. That would be the court cleric. And even then, I very much doubt that she knows, simply because she's studying the creatures themselves, not their habitats.
Alright. DM,
But see,
do you think Paxi would... I would like to say that Paxi would actually think of Wonton, being that Paxi is literally the one who found him in that forest at the base of the birthing tree.
Mm-hmm.
So... Athenia's not here to answer, but I would like to...
Speak with Wonton?
Well, I would like to actually have, like, retroactively said that I talked with Wonton about this at some point.
Oh, I mean, if anything, Athenia would probably... If you asked to speak with Wonton, Athenia would probably let you, so... Because Wonton did try explaining some things, but then you lost your patience with him and you stopped.
Right. So I have to roll a Constitution save to see if I can deal with his rambling.
So, do you want to speak with Wonton?
I
Or do you want to... Alright, so you'd probably go to Athenia's room. She would probably have set Wonton down or something, and you can see the shield. The moment you walk in, that taunting smile goes to a frown.
So before I touch him, I just be like, peace, truce, time out, whatever you want to call it. Does his face change, or is he still a scowl?
Also, I should probably say that when the face changes, it's like when you blink and suddenly it's a different face. You don't actually see the face morph into a different expression. So when you say that, you blink, and then it got from being a frown to just a raise. Well, I mean, it's basically a frown, but with a raised eyebrow.
Alright. I suppose it's only proper if you can talk to me as well. I'll put my hand on him.
And you just suddenly hear him speak. Hey there, horny boy!
How's it going, Wonton? See
Doing
any violence
good.
lately?
Not as much as I'd hope, because, just sitting around here being a shield, not be able to see much violence, that's kind of boring. Anyways, so...
Well, let me say this. If this plan works out, you will see plenty of violence here in the near future. How's that sound?
Pretty
But
good, to be
I
honest.
need your help.
You want my help, huh? What about you and that fishing hook?
Well, she wasn't there in the forest for the last several dozen years. That's why only you can help.
Give or take a couple dozen or 100. Alright, what do you want to know? Because I told Athenia a good deal about it, so you'd be the second one. So, what do you want to know? Want me to start from the beginning? Or do you want me to start from, somewhere halfway? Or do you want me to start right now?
Well, Is there any way into or into that area that we found you that isn't crawling with monsters?
I gotta be honest, there is a back door kind of way, but at this point, I don't know if that's actually kind of hidden anymore. Because those little 4 people, the big suckers, the big honchos, the second and third, fourth and fifth in commands kind of thing, they kind of got the whole place under lockdown at this point, or at least that's what I believe, seeing how they kind of behave a bit. Anyway, so nope.
So there was there was a back door at some point, but you don't think that it's there anymore.
I mean, it probably still exists, but at this point, it's just as well guarded as the rest of them. If anything, you want my opinion, even though it's probably the most violent way, but at the same time, though, it's probably the better way to just go to where you're familiar, you know? That way you kind of know where these things might be hiding, because if you go into an unfamiliar territory, that's just asking to get stabbed in the back by a little bunch of brain spikes or shit like that.
Brain spiders?
Because, gotta say, as someone who's all about violence and stuff, and even though I like just, wanton violence, no, it's called wanton. Anyways, and basically, I'm a violence connoisseur. I know how things roll, I know how to stab things, even though I'm a shield, but when it comes to tactics and stuff, even though I don't kind of let on about it, I know a good deal. So, best to fight in places that you know, and not in places that you don't know, because, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory.
So you haven't seen this back door in a long time, but could you describe it for me, and maybe I could pass that information, and someone has heard or seen of it?
I don't know. It looks like a forest path in the opposite direction. That's why I call it a back door, because it's an opposite direction.
So DM, what I'm asking is for him to describe it to me, so I can take that information to Cray and be like, have you heard of this path before?
And that's what he explained. It's a path that goes the other direction. That's why he calls it the back door.
I think you failed to appreciate
if you want. It doesn't do what he's talking about.
He's very dumb. He's very scatterbrained. Walton has ADHD. We've confirmed this canonically last week.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for the information, Wonton, and we'll be kicking ass soon.
Hey, cool thing, although I'm kind of surprised you haven't asked about Big Papa and all that. Especially since, that's the whole big deal of this whole fight.
Now I will raise an eyebrow, and I'll say, go on.
Yeah, anyway, so I saw this Athenia.
No, you had it, Athenia, yep.
Yeah, Athenia, yeah, that's right. Anyways, so back when I was made by old Lishrod, yeah, kind of got dropped there. Anyways, long story short, I saw, what's her name, Zenasa, yeah, it's a Riftweaver, one of the big bad mages things. She likes opening portals and stuff all the time. She opened the portal in that area, little gigantic, well, it looked like a snake, but it's not, probably a leech, came out of that little portal, and then out that thing just starts slithering around for a bit, hid, and now, after a while, maybe a couple 100 years or something, person came out of nowhere, the leech got to him, that turned him into Big Papa, and then before you know it, shit happened, he got big, infected a tree, the tree became the mama tree, and then all the little momlets kept popping out, and the whole infection thing went to a forest from what I could hear, and then that happened. Anyways, Big Papa, he kind of lives underground, kind of a little tunnel thing, kind of connected to the birthing tree. Gotta kill it, or maybe Big Papa will drag you down with it, because it's big little tentacle things. But Big Papa, really big. I mean, what's the biggest thing you saw? Because it's probably take whatever this you saw and then multiply it by 60 or some shit. Anyways, it's real huge. Look like a person, but it's not a person. It's definitely not a person. But when you go down there, you gotta be careful, because Big Papa's kind of becoming part of the whole landmass thing. He's kind of been spraying that little flesh stuff he's been taking from people, kind of like the little eggs you saw, but it's more like actual terrain. Anyways, besides Big Papa, you got the 4 people, second in commands, they're kind of strong. They died once, but then they got revived. But because of that one previous party, I watched the whole thing, by the way, hell of a fight, but they didn't do the job. Oh yeah, by the way, Big Papa, If you think you'll kill him, you didn't kill him because you're not actually killing him. You got to kill the leech thing. If you don't do it, Big Papa will just revive and come right back up, just like the last party. Any questions?
What?
I have several. Number one, where is this cave entrance?
Something along the lines of the mama tree.
Near the birthing tree. Great. Number two, you saw this other party get slaughtered. You've seen
I saw
us.
two parties. One got slaughtered, and the other one did the slaughtering.
Cool. You've seen us fight before. What do you think our chances are?
You want me to be honest?
Absolutely.
You'll probably do a great job getting to the tree, but then you get to the tree and that's when you die, because that previous party that managed to beat Big Papa, part of the reasons why they won, because they had this big metal guy who had 2 shields and shit. He did a great job there. It did most of the tanking. For you guys, I don't know if you can actually handle Big Papa. You'll need some real big firepower or something also big. So either big firepower or firepower that's big.
Great. Third question, this leech thing, how big is that?
I say it looked like a snake. It ain't too big, probably as big as your arm.
So the original problem is fairly small, but it grew large.
Nope, relatively the same size. It's just basically Big Papa isn't actually a living thing. If anything, it's more like a gigantic flesh golem thing that the thing is basically piloting.
Aha.
So, if you find the snake and kill it, most likely everything else, because long story short, everything is basically controlled by that thing. If you kill it, everything else should pretty much fall apart. Mostly. Or at least they won't be controlled as easily or something, because they all kind of follow a big whole goal, spread and infect things, try and build that little empire. Because technically what they're doing down there is amassing enough army before they spread. Because, you know, that leech thing is pretty intelligent, because I also think it probably took the intelligence and memories from the person infected. Anyways, whoever that person was, they're probably a tactical genius or something, because they've been biding their time for a long time, and they're just, I don't know, maybe a month or two, maybe in a week, they'll end up bursting from their little place, and they'll start infecting everything in one big massive, I don't know, wave of flesh. I don't know exactly about it. It's like an army, but they kind of just bomb rush. I don't know if there's a term for it, but yeah, they ain't going to be there forever, you know? They're actually kind of about to break out very soon.
It's like a blitzkrieg, but with meat. Meatskrieg.
So they're amassing an army as we speak.
Yep.
Great. Is there anything else you think I should know?
Yeah, Zanelsa's a bitch.
Zanelsa's a bitch.
Nah, Zinasta. Gotta say it
Zinasta.
right. If you say it wrong, she'll probably just teleport you to some other reality that's probably made entirely of fire or some shit. Out of all the big mages, she's definitely one of the worst in my opinion.
Great. You have a good night, Wanton.
Hey, you too. Sleep tight. Remember, violence starts tomorrow, right? Yeah, tomorrow.
Yep. And now I'm going to fast forward back to my conversation with Cray, realize I am way in over my head and need to go back to the palace.
Look, fine. We're gonna have some DMPCs with us. It'll be great.
So I'm gonna grab Akis on the way.
Oh, so you guys are going back to the
no
palace?
long rest for you, buddy. We gotta go.
All right. While he's having his conversation with the captain of the guard, I want to do something like in like the 10 minutes it takes him to have that go up there and have a flashback to realize we're all fucked, right?
All right, what do you do?
So, Wealth Splitter's right here on the mantelpiece, right? On the mantel place, right? Oh, he's back there. Okay. I want to I'll go over here and sort of like sit at this table, try and be somewhat clandestine about it, and see if my rod reacts, my scepter, to Wealth Splitter.
It glows.
Hi. Hello there, friend.
Hello.
I have this is gonna sound like a weird question, but You're a friend of Drescher's. You seem like a decent guy, and maybe you can help me a little bit.
Well, shoot.
Which one made the sword? Your sword. Which baron? Which mage? Excuse me. Made your sword.
He kind of blinks. Baron. I don't know if you've forgotten, but the same individual who made that little stick of yours.
Okay. And does it talk to you too?
Well, perhaps.
Hmm.
Where's this coming from?
I've had an interesting encounter with something old mage related. And I'm just sort of putting my finger out there for leads. And seeing as you've had your remnant for a very long time, maybe you might know something. Anything about Ishnox?
Oh, one of the four barons. To say the least, I don't really know too much about them. Not as much as others, at least.
Okay.
I'm more
Alright.
concerned about the stuff, what's his name, the artificer makes.
That's fair.
I
Okay.
mean, if you want, you're more than welcome to ask the sword himself.
Akes remembers all the times he's been implied that Wealth Splitter is evil. And then he also considers the fact that his life is probably very much in danger. I'll have a talk with the sword. Why not? I talk with the spear, I'll talk with the sword.
Calvin will just step aside.
I just step over the bark because I'm that fucking tall.
You can see the weapon. It's kind of shimmering a little bit. The black blade. I mean, you can see... actually, when you look at the metal, you don't even see a reflection.
I like very tentatively reach up and like press the tips of my fingers to like the handle.
And when you do, you immediately feel the connection form.
Ah,
So very similar to when you were briefly connected with Morning.
okay. Oof. I say out loud, hello?
Oof. Oh, hello.
Yes.
And then that's when you hear the deep voice speak.
Greetings, Akaz.
Hi.
He knows
Your
name.
wealth. I mean, it can hear. Like I've been in this room with it.
You're doomed.
I know, and I'm. Look, I know this is a bad idea, but I don't want to get eaten by a shadow demon.
Oh.
So,
I-
what is it you wish to speak about? Remember, even though I do have plenty of time, I do consider this time quite valuable. So,
Do you
get to the point.
know anything about Ishnox?
Ishnox, yes, one of the four barons. Baron of Eyes, if I remember correctly. I do know a decent amount, due to just simply existing and the fact that my creator was one of the many greatest mages to ever exist.
Mm-hmm. If I just asked you a question about Ishnox, could you answer it? Like,
Perhaps.
do you know anything about a beautiful lady, or about a pocket dimension full of goo,
The beautiful lady.
Seth
Or-
just disappeared.
oh,
A beautiful lady.
yeah.
I've seen many in my existence, or at least beautiful by your society's standards.
Let me like correct myself. Beautiful lady, like capital letters. It calls itself that. It's a hideous monster. But it's a this very specific, weird, like gooey, ethereal monster.
You also mentioned a realm of black
Yes.
goo.
It was a really dark place, and there was a bunch of goo, a bunch of weird ooze.
I do know what that is. That is the substance that Ishnox created with his spells. They were very, well, many names that they go by. One was liquid sight, a substance that both allows one to see and traverse, or even manipulate. Ishnox is referred to as the Baron of Eyes, but another title is the Baron of Passage, or the Baron of Manipulation. This liquid sight, when Ishnox casts a spell, this black substance would form doors, windows that allows one to see, not unlike that of the scrying spell. But these spells are better, for not only allow him to scry, but also grab things, and even step through. Imagine casting a scrying spell in a wizard's lab, when only to find a potion of interest, so the spell takes it for you before canceling itself. That is Ishnox's power. Although Ishnox himself is not as much of a combatant as the other barons, he is definitely more dangerous due to how easily he gathered information. Nothing left Ishnox's sight. He is the Baron of Eyes. And this beautiful lady, you say, is connected to Ishnox.
She seems to be. She was in some kind of a dimension or realm that was built on his power.
Ah, yes. Well, Ishnox is dead after all, or at least gone. So I doubt that this is directly connected to him, but instead those who try to scrounge for whatever leftover scraps of his power. So-called followers, cultists, fanatics, apprentices. There are many names for them, but in the end there are simply those trying to gather power from a realm long gone. This beautiful lady, I have not seen those of her description, although but then again I did notice a shadow that followed after your horned friend when you first stepped foot.
Have you seen this shadow often, or just the one time?
The one time.
Okay.
Well, now that I think about it, I did see it again not too long ago, although it seemed to be trailing you.
God damn it!
Good job, buddy. You pissed it off.
Seems that both of you have become targets for this lady, and this lady seems to be in league of someone who possesses snippets of Ishnox's power, or at least enough power to create a pocket world.
Yes. Would you know of any process or place or something I can do or somewhere I can go that would let me get access to some anti-Ishnox weapon or some way to manipulate the energy so maybe we could invade this pocket dimension ourselves with our physical bodies?
I do know a way. However, now that is something that would cost you.
I get the look on the face. You know that look. The look. The oh fuck look. Cost me what exactly? One of your favorite thingies?
Of course. Favor for a favor. However, this favor I would request is not particularly trying, and there's no rush. However, this favor is connected to the solution, albeit a more temporary one.
Okay.
Because I will say this, the magic of the great mages are not easily countered, as you may have put it. Especially Ishnox, He did manipulate necrotic magic into a way to bypass normal means of scrying and anti-scrying measures. If one who found the magic of Ishnox and wished to spy on you, they could decide to watch you right now. And you have no way to stop them. At it. But there is a solution in the form of remnants. I do know of a possible remnant. I could put a stopper on this little peeping Tom.
Okay.
But that does cost a favor. And before I describe the favor, I would need your agreement.
So I have to agree to this deal before I know my half of it.
'Tis the risk.
You are, as the kids these days say, you are very sus, my good friend. But I don't really think I have much of a choice.
Of course.
So I accept.
And at that point, that's when you see a small token slips out of the blade and into your hand.
I would like to.
Over and see whatever its two sides.
On one side, you can see the sword, which is, well, Splitter. On the other side, you can see a collection of stars forming a constellation of a dragon.
I pocket it.
I'd like to say I was coming down the stairs and saw that.
Yep.
And I'm like, ah!
Deal has been struck.
Fuck.
Now, the solution as well as the connection to this favor. You know of the one place down in southeast of Shador where there's a collection of dead trees.
Oh, the crater.
The Dryad Grove.
Yes, the Grove. I forgot it was referred to as such.
Is that where you want me to go?
Of course. But there's something there that I'm interested in.
Okay.
I wish to know what is in that grove. Specifically, an individual left over from the old war. A victim. I wish for you to simply find out who it is and bring this knowledge to me.
All
Or
right.
perhaps what is a better term. And in exchange for this, there is a cache in this grove that contains remnants made by Lishrot himself. And one of those remnants should be a tool to help you with this little problem.
So if I'm hearing you in my brain correctly, there is a supply cache of remnants in that grove. There's something, one of them is something you want, and one of them is something that can help me.
No, there is nothing I want in that cache. The remnants made by Lishrot, nothing more.
There's something you want in that, some information.
Yes, the entity that lies within that grove.
Okay.
Seeing how much time has passed, I very much doubt they are alive, but I do wish to know what they were and what they've experienced. If there is anything left, a dryad, perhaps, is what they were, but they are gone. The grove is definitely a prime example of such. Find out what that dryad was, if you could find anything. And that is enough. I simply wish to know the fate.
Okay. And I look over and see Paxi coming down the stairs and looking at me completely exasperated, seeing as he saw I just took a fucking magic coin. One last thing. I need to go. One last thing. Yes or no question, and then I'll leave you to your business. Have you ever heard of an object like yourself by the name of Morning before?
They've spoken.
Of course. I have spoken with her several times when Paxi first created that connection. Although, looking at Paxi, it seems that they've become rather nervous of me. Understandable. I am a remnant. I come from a time long lost, and as such, I do have my own ideas, concepts, morals, and goals.
Okay. Alright. And she's not a remnant like you, right?
If she is, that would be news to me.
Alright.
Also, pass a message along to your horned friend that he has no need to fear me if he gives no reason for me to make him afraid.
Alright. Well, I'm assuming I'm about to get an earful from him, so I'll pass that along then.
Of course. Remember, I'm always open for further trades of information.
Alright. I will keep that in mind. You have a good day. Walk away from the evil sword.
And you notice that when you moved your finger away, the connection didn't sever for a moment. It's only after you walked a little bit is when the connection severs.
Hmm.
And then Calvin just goes back to his spot.
Okay.
It's just, so, thought about anything interesting? Besides what you've already talked about.
Just having a nice friendly chat.
Alright. Well, move along then, I guess. If there's anything else, feel free.
Alright. Hi, Paxi. How are you doing today?
Oh, good morning, Akis. Hey, good old buddy, old friend. You mind leaving that coin under your pillow?
Why?
Yeah, a mutual friend of ours, said that they are more valuable when you leave them under your pillow.
Okay. I don't have a pillow. I sleep in the bush. Can I leave it under your pillow?
Absolutely.
Okay. Go over here. Put it under the pillow. Go over here.
You notice
sure
you
the
feel a weight in your pocket.
You guys do share a pillow, right?
Uh-huh.
You're not here.
So when he comes back, I'm just be like, alright, check your pockets for me real fast.
I check my pockets. Do I still have a coin?
Yes, you do.
Huh.
Ah, that figures.
You notice that in the corner on the little mantle he's hanging on, Blood Splitter seems to be glittering a little bit.
I'm not... Akis, may I see that for a moment?
This would be cool if it wasn't terrifying. Are you gonna do something to it? I don't want to make the sword angry.
No, I promise I won't do anything to your coin.
I tentatively give him my coin.
I'm just gonna take it and then put it up to my mouth and be like, this is why people don't like you. And then I'll give it back to him.
Okay, I take the coin back. I put it in my pocket.
Is Wellsplitter still glittering or is he smoking now?
Oh, he's glittering a great deal now. He's practically sparkling.
Motherfucker.
I'm assuming that's him laughing.
That's his shit-eating grin right there.
I love it. All right. So, Paxi, my good friend Paxi, how you doing? You got any plans? What's going on?
What were we gonna do? Oh fuck.
See the princess.
We were gonna go to the castle, the palace, and
Okay.
tell them all about this new information and see if it changes their plans at all.
Can we wait 1 hour so I can get my wild shapes back? I have neither of them.
Tell you what,
And
I'll head on without you and you can catch up.
In case we need to make a hasty retreat, because I don't think they like me much anymore.
You know, why don't you just stay here?
Is it evening time?
It's starting to get dark, yes. I assume you want to cast your 3rd level spells?
At some point, but I'll wait a little bit later.
Did we ever get any pigs or anything from the palace?
I still have a set of pigs.
Oh wait, we're supposed to be having dinner with her tonight.
Oh yeah, good point.
No, on the time of arrival, so tomorrow.
Okay, then I want to discuss this with her tonight to see if anything changes.
Alright, so you want to head to the Royal Palace?
Yep.
DM, from a practical perspective, if I take a long rest, will he be back by then? Like, how long is the walk? Not a long rest, a short rest.
12
10
hours.
to 20 minutes.
Huh?
It's about a 10 to 20 minute walk.
Alright, yeah, so I'll just go. Whatever, I can Misty Step. You can take someone with you when you Misty Step, I think.
No,
If not...
No, you can't. That's Dimension Door.
Oh, you can fly.
Or Thunder Step. Yeah, I can make you fly.
No, you can fly. I'll just Misty Step away. I have a couple left.
Cool. Off we go.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Yep.
Alright.
Oh, by the way, as we are walking, I want to say that me and Wealth Splitter had a conversation.
I noticed.
He said you don't have to be afraid of him unless you give him a reason to not like you.
Aegis, I want you to repeat that to yourself and tell me how sinister it sounds.
Oh no, I'm fully aware how sinister it sounds. I don't trust that sword as far as I can throw him, and I can throw him quite far. So I don't think that expression works in that.
It's like, what?
Anyway, let's not worry about that. I spoke with Drescher. I saw you speak with him. I know that you are not on good terms with the sword, and that Drescher's not on good terms with the sword. I don't want to be the sword's best friend, but but when I was talking with it, it implied that it saw a shadow following you, and it also now sees that shadow following me. So as far as I'm concerned, we're both in a bad situation. And
I wanna, when he tells me that, I'm just gonna pause. So like, Aegis, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to pull you into this.
It's not your fault. It's Dylan's fault.
Who's Dylan?
It's a Furborg expression, you see. We say it's Dylan's fault when we just sort of chalk it up to bad luck. Don't ask who Dylan is. It's a whole thing.
All you wanted to do was help, and now I have endangered your entire existence.
That's fine. It's fine. I fought it once. Maybe if we're lucky, we can fight it in the dream dimension together and kick its ass.
I would like that.
But anyway, here's my plan. I know that you don't trust Wealth Splitter. You can probably hear us having this conversation because Drescher was with me when he had said that the coins can hear us. So I know that, or Drescher thinks that at least. But I know you don't trust Wealth Splitter. I don't fully trust Wealth Splitter myself. But I trust Wealth Splitter not to fly off of the wall and stab me in the chest. Like,
the enemy of my enemy, is that what you're saying?
Basically, like, I've, there are stories and legends of things that make deals with people. I fully believe that Wealth Splitter has its own agenda. It wants, obviously, it made a deal with me. It wants something. It probably has things going on that I don't know, and that there will be drastic ramifications for it. But, again, I trust it not to fly off the wall and just stab me right in the chest in the immediate future. And if we reach a point where Wealth Splitter starts flying off the wall and stabbing people in the chest, then we can worry about it then. But, it's just a sword.
Fair enough.
I'm not even gonna ask you or Morning to put your bad blood with him aside. I'll handle it. It'll be my issue. And if someone gets fucked over for working with Wealth Splitter, it'll be me.
Morning seems quite taken with him.
Like,
you noticed how she kind of is a little flirty with you?
She flirts with him too?
I don't know if I'd call it that, but she seems if she could drool, she would.
Okay. You see, that makes sense because they're both weapons. I'm not. I'm a people.
I don't know, maybe Morning has a thing for hairy guys. Oh look, the palace.
He doesn't have any hair. Oh, hey, the palace. Cool. Let's not have this conversation. I like to imagine you say, "Hey, there's the palace," and we're still like a 10-minute walk away, and then we walk 10 minutes in silence.
Awkward silence.
Yes. Where the fuck is my ACAST token? I think it's off. I think I put him off the map.
He's probably buried next to the library stairway.
Maybe. Dylan, do you see ACAST?
Currently looking.
Okay. You can just give me another one. ACAST 2.
So anyway, I walk up to the
Yes.
guard and I say,
Yes.
I must speak with Princess Princilla.
Princilla. We need to speak with Princess Princilla and Prince Princeton right away.
Like, what the fuck you do with our token, Kai?
Okay, I was like joking, like I'm gonna drag him off the board, and then as we were scene transitioning, he disappeared. So I think he's either actually off the map, or as we screen transitioned as I was holding him, he just despawned. I think.
So in other
he's
words,
dead.
this is an alternate reality where he got trapped forever in the Shadow Realm.
Yes.
Boop.
I don't like that. Yeah, it's new ACAS.
So you
I'll be right back. I gotta answer a
don't-
call.
All right. So, Dylan,
yes.
fuck you.
What's up?
Fuck you. You
What's
know
up?
what you did. You
No,
know
I
what
didn't.
you. Yes, you.
No, what did
everything.
you do?
You did this.
That
This
you
is
did
your
this.
fault.
You knew what you were expecting.
I didn't expect to be pulled into the Shadow Realm. I expected maybe I'd get jump scared. Maybe I'd have to see some kind of horrible, some kind of weird shadow monster. Maybe I'd have to fight that. I didn't expect the full-on Shadow Realm. I didn't expect to also be pursued by an angry monster lady.
You messed with her, so what happens next is your fault.
What should I have done? Should I have just given her warning and walked away?
You shouldn't have even bothered to get involved to begin with.
Dylan, I will go to Ohio and I will drop kick you. You're gonna be in your room, playing your fucking Epic 7, doing your dailies, and then your closet door is gonna fucking fly open and it's gonna be me. And I'm gonna
Joke's
have
on you. My closet is absolutely packed.
I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna be really uncomfortable. I'm gonna have like clothes hanging off of me. I'm gonna be really in a huff because I was really hot. I couldn't breathe well. I'm gonna have a pool cue and I'm gonna beat your ass with it. I'm gonna fight you, Dylan. I'm going to injure you in real life with sheer rage. I'm gonna DM a campaign for you again, and when I do, I'm gonna make terrible, terrible things happen to your
Alrighty.
character.
What
Okay,
does the guard
fine.
want?
I've been threatening Dylan for the
No,
past
no,
2
it's not what the
minutes.
guard wants, it's what you want.
He asks, "What do you want?"
No, he doesn't.
Well,
He just simply doesn't react.
he doesn't react when I say we have to see Princess Princilla.
Nope.
If I get any closer, do they cross swords in front of me?
Nope.
Oh, crap. Okay, hold on. Phone call. Sorry.
Phone call to Electric Boogaloo.
Yep. No, phone call to radio boogle. No, that's not funny. I'll leave.
Alright, he has butt dialed me 3 times now. Okay.
Fucking kick his ass.
Alright, can I stare at these guards? Do they look identical? Like, you said I can see eyes in the helmets, right?
Yes.
You're
Do
actually
they
believing.
look... Do they look exactly the same, or are these 2 separate people?
You look at the one on the left. He has blue eyes. You look at the one on the right. He has also blue eyes, but a slightly lighter shade. You can't really see much because of the slit in their helmet, but you can tell the colors are different slightly.
Do they look at me at all? Are they watching me, or are they just like...
Oh, they're watching you.
Alright, I'm gonna go on in.
They don't react.
Cool.
Walk, walk, walk. Do they not like me? Dylan, do they stop me?
Nope.
Walk,
They don't
walk,
react to you.
walk, 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 walk.
So you enter the throne room.
Yeah.
Your notice is empty.
Walk.
All
Fuck.
right. Excuse me. We are here with urgent business with Princess Priscilla regarding. I mean, I hope you were one of the guys who were here earlier. Regarding a military operation soon to be enacted, and we have new information. You know what? Can you get Faslin?
That's when you start hearing someone speak from the balcony. Oh, you're looking for a sis? They're not here.
For Sis? Is that what's her bucket? Second princess?
That's when you can see someone start walking down the stairs, and you can see not the second princess. In fact, it's someone you haven't seen before.
Oh, it's a dude.
Yep. Reddish brown hair, slightly nicely dressed. He doesn't look too
Child.
old. He's probably 14, 15.
He said.
I'm-
He said sis.
Yes.
I'm so much taller than him.
Yes, you are.
All right. Where the hell is Ruin Height? I presume.
Yeah, you got my name right. Yep, Ruin Height.
Where
Very-
I'm
is
assuming
very
you
nice to
two
meet
are the
you.
ones yeah, you're the ones that she was talking about. The ones who are about to do that whole expedition thing.
Oh yeah. That would be us.
Gotta say, well, Lindy's definitely not happy with you guys.
No, she's not. She's 100% not.
How old
It's
does
funny.
this kid look?
He's
14
14.
and 15.
14? Just be like, did you know that I punched Priscilla square in the nose and I'm still alive?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Actually, you bruised for a little bit. Foslin was made a vow to murder you in your sleep. But then he changed his mind though because it's not an honorable thing to do, and he's also pretty big on honor, despite what he says.
That does make me happy.
I lean over to Paxi.
It's really nice though when you get to actually know him though.
I
Never
hope
to pass-
so.
If we camp with him, I'll keep watch. We can alternate, you and me. I won't leave you unsupervised around him.
So, anyways, you want to talk to Sis? I presume about the whole thing about going to the forest.
Yes.
Either her or Faslin.
No,
As
neither of them are here. They went off to basically select, I don't know, like particular royal guards to go with them. I
So
honestly
alright.
suggested that they should just take the whole group, but something, it wouldn't be wise to leave the palace unprotected.
So is there a royal guard barracks then?
Yes and no. It's not really a barracks, it's more like a quarters, but that's... Yeah. I mean, you're allowed in the palace because technically this is more a public space, kinda. But you would never be allowed to set foot anywhere near that place where the guards are trained. It's pretty secret about that.
Can you give us like a general location and we can just wait for them there?
I mean, honestly, it'd be better to just wait here until they come back, assuming they do come back.
I sit on the floor. Just
Because-
right here in the dead center of the room. Crisscross applesauce, just sit down.
Ruin Height,
Guys-
would you be able to send one of these guards of the palace to go and pass a message to them?
I mean, I could, but why?
I mean, Paxi,
Because
my
it-
man. It's urgent, but it's not that urgent. Like, she sleeps here. She'll be back. I assume she sleeps here. Do you guys
I mean-
sleep here?
Oh yeah, we have rooms. Actually, I don't know if I should be telling you that. Never mind. Yeah, we don't.
Because if
Kids
she's
are
in the
great.
middle, if they're in the middle of forming battle plans as we speak, this information could change all of it.
What?
Then
How?
they'll go back tomorrow. Like, literally no one here except I don't even know. I know. No one except maybe Priscilla will be upset that we have to delay a few days based on new information.
So what's going on?
He didn't even tell me. There's new information.
I know you already said that.
Paxi, you have the floor.
I don't know if I should tell this kid.
Lie. He probably has a super low
I'm a
wisdom
lot older than I
score.
look.
He lied. He has a probably very low wisdom score. He's young. He's immature. He's naive. Lie.
We'll just wait for a bit.
Just so you know, I've actually been trained a little bit. You know, my mentor kind of showed me a lot of things about how this kingdom runs. I can take anything. Just come on. I mean, I was with a lot my father when he was doing audiences, so I can handle it.
I believe you.
He has a low wisdom score too. -1 to perception. That is a low wisdom score.
Is he? He's not holding any sort of weapon or anything, is he?
No, he just he's just dressed nice. You don't see any sort of weapon on him.
What do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna fucking shoot you?
Akaz, can I borrow your staff?
Why?
Want to see if the kid can hit me.
Oh, okay. I toss Paxi the stick.
I will hold the stick out to Ruin Height.
He kind of looks at it.
Go on,
Then
take a
looks at you.
swing.
Why? What does this have to do with talking about your little battle plans?
You said you can handle yourself. Show me.
I wasn't talking
Are
about
you-
hurting people.
Are you about to bonk the prince, 14-year-old prince, in the face within stabbing distance of 4 royal guards?
Ruin Height, we're talking about battle plans. We're going to hurt things.
Yeah, I know. But what does this have to do with me hitting you with a stick?
I made
You know
Dylan
what?
say
He
me.
just takes the stick. Alright, fine. He's gonna swing at you.
Please roll a natural 20, kid. Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you on my hands and fucking knees. Do it. Do it, kid. I believe in you.
Does a 17 hit you?
Yup.
Okay. It is a quarterstaff. So I shouldn't roll damage. I don't know what his.
1d6.
Let me. Yeah, it's 1d6 plus his strength modifier.
He's not proficient in it.
You know,
so.
I'm just gonna sit there
Oh,
and take.
Proficiency. Proficiency is to hit, not to damage.
Yeah, but if he's not proficient in the weapon, he doesn't add his modifier to it, though, right?
I don't think so. I think that's
Just roll 1d6.
yeah. Just roll a d6.
You
What's his
take
dex mod anyway?
not high. You take 5 damage to the shin.
What the fuck? The one part
He's
that
so short.
5
He's so
damage.
short.
It's actually pretty fucking good.
You
He
rolled a natural
cracks.
5.
He cracks me in the shin. It's like. Yep, that was
So
pretty good.
he just looks. He looks pretty smug, and he just. So, gonna tell me now?
We have some new information that may change the course of battle, or at least our course of entering the field of battle.
Oh, that's what you're talking about? Okay, come on.
What do you mean? Come on. What do you want?
He talking. Come on. I mean, I know this stuff. Like,
You know
I'm
what?
gonna be completely honest with you. I mean, look at me. I'm the 3rd heir, so the chances of me actually ruling is kind of next to none. That's why, Lindania, Lindy, she's been training to become the next High Priestess. While me, while my oldest sister, Priscilla, she's becoming the queen, while me, if anything, they kind of start teaching me things of how to operate, like being an advisor, kinda. One of them was going over battle plans and tactics and stuff, so I gotta know that stuff. If that's what you want to talk to me about, I don't know why you're even trying to hide that from me to
I'm
begin
gonna
with.
I'm just gonna like let out an exasperated sigh, just look at Akaz, and then at Akaz's pocket, and it's like, if this comes back to bite me in the ass, I will haunt everybody here.
Oh yeah, by the
Oh.
way, here's the stick. By the way, thanks. And he just hands it back to you, Akaz.
No problem,
Pretty cool
kid.
looking
I like
stick.
I will
it's
go over in detail.
traditional furbolg carving methods. I like I ruffle his hair.
Wait, you're a
Your
furbolg?
Your stick is made out of stone.
I thought you were just a really tall human.
No. The stick I use to hit
Wait.
people with is not
Oh,
the stick I use to find remnants.
You're from Chaluda.
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, funny enough, I
Yeah.
actually went with my no, I should be calling him Dad. With the king. Yeah, we actually went there for a brief moment in Chaluda, like a couple of years ago, for negotiations with the council.
Ah.
Yeah. I actually saw one of your representatives there. He didn't really look pretty happy though.
That's how. Sometimes jobs in politics can be very boring.
Yeah, I can admit that. Oh yeah, the tactics stuff. So what's going on?
So I'll just go into detail
Hey,
everything that I got from.
Before you do, I want to put my hand on your shoulder and kind of lean in. Do you not want Wealth Splitter to know? I say it quietly, like in your ear, like I whisper.
Who's Wealth Blizzard?
God damn it, kid. I don't say that.
I'm gonna.
Wait.
Do you want to step out of the courtroom then?
Yeah, okay.
Alrighty.
Opportunity attack. JK.
Ow.
So I'll go over what Wonton described as there's a possible back door. There's a cave underneath the tree that we need to find. Even if we destroy the big creature underneath the tree, that it's actually just more of a flesh golem being puppeted by a slithery snake creature, that's what we actually need to destroy.
And I'm assuming that's everything.
Yep.
So he kind of like looks at you. Huh. Well, I think about it, that does kind of change how things go. So there's a back-way path that's probably in the opposite direction, so it's not going to be that easy to get to. But if there's a little cave underneath, that means we have to watch the ground, especially since there's something lurking there. And it's the fact that there's a little thing that's puppeting. Yeah, puppeting. Then that means that you can't actually kill the monster itself, but you have to try and find out where the thing that's controlling it, because the monster is the host, while the actual thing is the target you have to aim for. That'll require some revisions to the plans, so I'll be sure to tell Big Sis about what you told me.
Are you the one writing the plans?
Kinda. I've been helping Auseland with it.
I am.
Does Paxi feel dumb?
I am humbled.
Okay.
I mean, I am part of the Viandor family. All of us have big things ahead of us, and all the other kids my age like to go out and play and whatnot and start their first jobs. Me, well, I gotta learn to lead an army and advise my big sis when she eventually takes the throne. That's a bad word, actually. No, when she inherits the throne. There we go.
How is it? I open the door. Yeah, it's inherent. There we go. You got it. Okay. And I close the door.
God damn it. Well, thank you for passing that information, and it was lovely meeting you.
Hey, of course. By the way, if you ever need me to hit you again, be sure to let me know. That was actually kind of fun.
Absolutely. And
Let's hope these royal guards can't talk, because if so, you're gonna have a weird day.
I'm gonna go up to, as I'm passing, I want to perception check this royal guard, see what the color of his eyes are.
Alright, roll perception.
They're all automatons, Dylan.
Yes.
Roll perception.
Fuck. A
You
0.
look and see a pitch black void within the visor. No
I
eyes.
knew it.
Okay. While he's doing that, I want to go up to this guy.
I like
And I wanna,
look, but I don't stop walking. I just slam right into the wall.
I look at the door. Okay.
You can see Ruinheit is kind of looking you odd. What are you doing?
That kid thinks you're an idiot.
I'm just like,
because you are.
don't worry about it. No, just leave.
As you enter out, you can see he starts a muffled voice of him talking. Do you know what his problem is? You just hear, no idea, Your Majesty.
They do talk. Talking robots. Okay. So I want to go up to this guard, and I want to use like druid craft to make all like cool little lights and sounds and stuff to see if I can get a reaction out of him. Also, I cast detect magic on him.
So you cast Druidcraft, and the moment you do, he quickly reaches for his sword, and he just shouts, "No magic within the palace."
Oh, okay. I'm sad now. You guys are no fun. I leave. I wait for Paxi.
Yeah, we're out.
Okay.
Alright, you leave.
Hey. I wanted to do the thing, like when you go fuck with the fucking like royal guards in England. I wanted to do that. It didn't work. He almost killed me.
Right. I'll be right back. I gotta call someone.
Okay. Tweedledee and Tweedledum get killed by everyone. Today's a bad day for Aketh and Paxi.
I don't know. Today's not too bad, actually.
I guess I haven't been attacked by a shadow demon yet.
No, you're just getting stalked.
Actually, yeah, no, yeah. See what the goal is, Dylan, is to open a portal for me to find the skeleton key to go into the goo dimension, and then just throw Athenia in there and let her deal with it.
Okay.
Actually, wait a minute. That's a genuinely good idea.
What?
We're gonna throw Athenia at the monster, at the shadow demon.
Oh, that sounds like a fantastic idea.
Hey, Paxi.
Yes.
You know how this that we're doing right here, walking around this town, how it's a game, right? And like it's a game that has mechanics.
Absolutely.
And they're different. And there are different damage types, right?
Sure.
Can you do any radiant damage?
I cannot.
Ah. Get some. That hurts the shadow demon.
Sure.
Radiant damage. Because it's made of shadows, you see. So the light hurts it. It's clever. And there he goes again. Today's not a good day for Dane either. So, Dylan.
Yes?
Who hurt you?
No, nothing hurt me. I just get sick satisfaction after seeing the stuff you guys get into.
That's fair. That's fair.
Alright, so what do you guys want to do next? I assume probably head back to the Glittering Bauble.
Yes, I have literally nothing else to do. So I'm just going to go back to the Glittering Bauble. At this point, I'm assuming it's getting later in the day, so I'm just going to go to my bush and
Yeah, it's
sleep.
nighttime.
Yes. I go to my bush and I sleep.
Alright.
Okay.
At this point, I mean, if everyone else goes to bed, daytime would come around, surprisingly without much problem, although you do get both of you, Paxi, and you, Akaz, get the feeling of being watched. But
One
other than
fear
that,
has been accumulated.
daytime would basically come around again. However, at this point, since we're missing a lot of people, I'd probably wrap it up here before you guys get summoned again.
Okay. I'm gonna fucking sneeze.
Yeah, because we're both missing Ron, Mike, Drew, Seth.
It's just the three. It's just the three players and one DM.
Yep. Unless,
go on
healer, you have anything you want to do before?
Yeah. So since I didn't go with him, I would have been up in my room performing
Yep.
my
Necromancer.
nightly ritual. I have 2 pig skeletons left.
One skeleton, one zombie.
No. My zombie died. Got
Oh,
killed
so
by
you...
the robot.
Oh.
I
So you
have
a
2
skeleton?
pig carcasses left.
Oh. So you turn that one into a skeleton?
Yeah, I originally had 4. 1 died. Now, we're going to turn 2 of them into a skeleton. And
So you have
just
3
like
skeletons?
I did. Yeah, I'll have 3 total now. And then I will use my third level spot to retain control over all 3 of them.
Shit. You're getting an army.
And then I will draw my walking stick. And again, summon summon the inky black tentacle out of it. And once again, pin one up against the wall by its neck. And I will say to Ishnok, I now realize your power is for me. Make me more powerful. Show me what to do.
Then you hear a voice speak. Gather more of Ishnox's power.
Then you will gain strength. And you will gain power.
Alright, may Ishnok rise again, and the tentacle will disappear. Alright, I feel pretty good. Do I feel a warm, watching gaze?
You do feel the presence of that you've had watching you ever since you connected to that magic item. So, it hasn't changed.
Actually, can I do something in the night, just real quick?
Sure.
Because everyone's taking a sleep. Everyone here is asleep in the bar. I want to... Do you know if Paxi locks his door at night?
I don't know.
Okay. Kick the fucking door down anyway. Even if it's unlocked, it's just a pull door. I kick it down anyway. I want to go to Paxi as he's asleep. I like loom over his bed and just sort of quietly, not too loud to actually wake up Paxi. We just be like, "Morning. I know you can hear me. We're not done." And then I leave. And then I leave. And then I come back in and I look at her and I leave.
When you step out into the hallway, you notice a shadowy figure standing on the opposite end.
Where? What side?
Hold on. Oh, what's that? Oh, were you saying what side?
Yes. Okay. Are these like torches, like lit torches with fire in them?
Are
they?
No, they're not torches. I mean, they're more like lamps with a candle in each of them.
Okay.
They can see a shadowy figure standing at the opposite end, but then they just melt away.
Before they melt away, let me just... Yes, good. I use the spell Control Flame! And I don't want to set the building on fire, but I just want to send a few sparks in the from this lantern into the direction of the shadow, just to tell it to fuck off.
And the sparks fly into the shadow casted by the plant. Nothing happens.
Grumble, 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 grumble. Phase through the wall, grumble, sleep in my bush. God damn it, Dylan.
You stuck your nose in business you shouldn't have done. So
Whose idea was it to have the evil shadow demon follow around the spear? Whose idea was that, Dylan? That's right, it was yours. It's all your fault. Let's say mean things to the people who aren't here. Drew's got a cool character. It's a lot of damage. Probably compensating for all those times he lost a bunch of money playing mushroom games. Okay. You hear that noise? Hear that typing sound? That's the sound of Dylan scheming. That's the sound of horrible things happening.
Yeah, I will say next session is probably when big shit starts happening, but I'd rather not get to it until we have at least almost everyone here this time,
Okay,
because we're missing a lot of people.
that is true. But soon we will have everyone.
So, Healer is expanding his undead army. He's going
Yes.
to be collecting a bunch of more spells from the Barons, specifically Ashnox if we can find them. We've got you guys who have updated information on the fight. It turns out it's not going to be as simple as you guys expected.
Okay.
And
Should I?
Also,
I probably should have brought up. I'll bring it up at some point that I can make lightning happen. That would be very useful in fighting a bunch of meat.
yes, it will.
Okay. I'll do that next time I get the chance. Bring up that I can make lightning happen. Also, I can become a bear, but that's less helpful.
There.
I can become a bear.
Hear me out, Dylan.
What's up?
Ham plant.
Oh, right, ham plant. Well, no, ham plant's on the back burner. Like, we're gonna work on ham plant. But there's more pressing issues, like the oncoming meat apocalypse.
Yeah, unless there's anything else you want to do, Paxi, before you turn into bed. This is
No.
probably where we will wrap up the session, because we're missing a lot of people.
Alrighty.
Paxi, do you lock your doors while you sleep? Okay. You wake up and your door's been kicked down. I can find to open the door without kicking it down. I can take a short rest and become like a mouse. Like, chew my way under the door. Some stupid bullshit. Anyway. We're not done.
Oh yeah, Swivel also got a new weapon.
Alright. He got a murder pickaxe.
He pickaxe axe.
Yes.
Or a pick axe.
Exactly.
Known as Heat Killer.
Yes. It gave him a heads-up display. One of these days, I'm gonna get a cool magic weapon.
Okay.
Yep.
So he got visited by my cool shadow friend.
Yeah.
Not visited. He saw the shadow in the corner before dispersing.
I snuck into your room while you slept and threatened morning. I assume she can hear. I assume she doesn't sleep and can hear things. It's possible I was just talking to no one, but that's what happened.
But before he came in and before I went to bed, I would actually like to see if she's willing to talk.
Alright, so what do you do? What do you say?
I mean, I don't know. Did he talk about like a minor pact, and he definitely didn't mention dropping her in there.
I did not mean like in my mind ACAST doesn't really even understand what a minor pact means.
Right.
He doesn't.
So
he didn't bring that up, and he didn't bring up dropping her. He didn't bring up the fact that the monster affected her in some way, because that makes him seem like the asshole.
So I'm just gonna, say, morning. I just wanna offer again that I'm here. I don't know what happened in there, and I have a feeling Akaz isn't saying everything. So if you want to talk about it.
First there'd just be silence for a little while. Eventually she would speak up, although quietly. Yeah, I know. Just something I'm currently trying to forget about.
You've been a little, dim lately. Is everything okay? Or is that just, uh, is that just, is that a permanent thing, or is that...
No, not permanent. It's just recuperating the energies I've lost.
You lost? Akaz didn't mention anything about you losing energy.
I don't know how well I was there, but he didn't really go into detail of what happened in that pit. Essentially, well, it was intense, dark, creepy, sort of things that really don't bother me too much because, you know, it doesn't really affect me. But that thing was there, though. And when Akaz was fighting her, well, it is probably the best way to describe it. It almost won. I don't blame Akaz for what he did, since he only did what he could. And when he fought that thing, he was at a severe disadvantage. He couldn't really do much to it. And one thing led to another, he was forced to drop me, because otherwise he would have died. She was trying to kill him. And he dropped me, which I don't blame him for doing it. And he did manage to fight her off using his magic, and me, but that thing did manage to drain some of my power, for at least for a brief moment. I'm just trying to forget the whole situation, because for that one brief moment I thought was going to go back inside that box, and once again be surrounded in darkness. So, pardon me, but I really don't feel like talking about that whole situation right now. No more than I have to.
Understandable. Why don't we talk about getting you feeling better then? What's the equivalent of a sentient weapon's glass of orange juice?
Time.
What did I come back to? I sit down and I hear something about a sentient weapon's glass of orange juice.
Taxi is showing aftercare to his spear.
What have I missed?
We're
Yes.
on a quest for a ham plant and weapon orange juice.
Okay, that's still happening. Okay. And
Not
I
anymore.
see that Paxi has blinded himself, apparently.
What? Oh,
You rolled a 0 on a perception check.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that means you stabbed your own eyes out.
I was trying to look at another guard's visor, and I just slammed my face into the wall while not paying attention. So, what do you think about us trying to find a plant that tastes like ham?
Stupid. Very stupid.
Fantastic.
It's the worst idea ever. I love it.
That's what makes it a great plan. It's so stupid, it just might work.
Well, I don't know about it working, but...
Morning. If you needed to get someone to forget about their lifelong heritage and tradition, how would you make them do it?
Stab them in the skull. They can't remember things if they're dead.
I mean, although I haven't really been in their shoes, if you were to take my experience, you know, with the whole box thing, never bring it up. Don't even hint of it.
See, everybody keeps telling me to stop, and that just doesn't work.
That makes me want to do it more.
If anything, if you want to get on that elf's good side at this point, you should probably find a different way. She has other ways of doing things, I guess, and it seems like whenever you bring her stuff to experiment and study, it seems like she gets really happy with that.
Does she
I
have
mean,
a
look-
good side?
No.
No, it's
What
a,
if?
it's a form of speech.
But what if
She has
she?
her least bad side.
But
which
what
is
if
also
she
none of
could
that.
study a plant that tasted like ham?
You know, Paxi, if you die, I'm going to have to form a pact with, what's his name?
Akaz?
Akaz? because he's the closest
What's
thing in
his
terms
name?
of.
What's his name?
Oh.
Now I'm mad.
I did
was
mean to
upset
ask
he
you
was
about
trying
that.
to date me, but now I'm mad.
Are you into 8-foot tall furry guys? Do we need to
No.
unpack this?
What did it take me for? Of course not. I'm not attracted to people. In fact, I'm not really attracted to anything.
You like
I just
Well
thought he's a
Splitter.
really nice guy.
You never said what you and Well Splitter talked about.
No. Oh yeah, that's true.
What was
Mostly
your
just talked about our creators.
eyebrow goes up?
I mean, the big difference here is that Well Splitter knows who created him, even knows his face. Me? I don't really have any memories.
X to doubt.
Do you have memories of before you were put into the box?
Now that you mention it, I do not. It's like I don't really remember anything that's not in the box anymore. I don't know how long I've been in there, but for a long time. That will explain why I can't remember my creator.
This music fits this conversation so well.
It really does.
Well,
Feels like we're hearing like a heart-to-heart on like a sitcom.
Morning. What is it that actually makes you happy?
I don't know. Being out adventuring, seeing you guys talk, do stuff, basically experiencing and watching people experience.
Being used to shoot a robot in the face.
Well,
That has to be at least a little bit fun.
you're not here.
No,
like,
I'm not.
Just
It
out.
would be really awkward to have a three-way conversation with, like, we have to hold each end
Three-way?
or something. No. I'm gonna hurt you, Dylan. I know where you live.
Do you, though?
Yes, I do. Ohio. I'll burn down all of Ohio.
And nothing of value is lost.
Hold on a sec, I've got family in Ohio. It's okay, you can burn it down.
Yeah.
I'm not
There's
close to them.
nothing of value exists in Ohio.
All right. Well,
Shit.
Yeah, I've been to where my family lives, I can concur with that.
I will bid her good night and pass out.
And
And
at
then at
that
some
point,
point in the
that's
night-
when Akis barges in, just says to her, "We're not done yet," and then leaves.
Because, like, from my perspective, she's just, like, almost got me killed and then flubbed me on my questions. So I'm not in a good mood. It's one of those comedic misunderstandings.
There you go.
So tomorrow's gonna be a pretty big day. You guys will be summoned. Not actually summoned. More like you're gonna have a princess come to you guys. You got a big mission ahead of you. But until then, this is probably where we will end the session for now, since we're missing a lot of people.
True. Next week is the week of suffering. And
Thank you, Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Next session,
I appreciate
it'll
it.
be not just any sort of fighting, but a lot of fighting.
Yay,
And
fighting!
meat fight.
Friends,
meat
it's not gonna
fight.
work here.